Jackson Hole High School sports broadcast from Jackson Hole Radio. I'm Jake Nichols alongside Mac Fairbairn. Kimmy K. How you doing, Mac?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing, Jake?
I'm ready. I'm ready for a dub. Kimmy K., what do you think?
Yeah.
Gonna get wins?
Yeah, we need some.
Spread them out. Tonight's action brought to you by Young Life of Jackson Hole, where Young Life is all about teenagers. Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store. The McPeak Group, Jackson Hole premier real estate team at Sotheby's International, the town square inns of Jackson Hole, including the Antler Inn, El Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, and the 49er Inn and Suites. Big O Tire sponsoring the scoreboard, and that's a reputation you can ride on. And Great Northern Coffee, their old world style, makes all the difference. Well, thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel as we get ready for this one in Pinedale, Wyoming, in the heart of Sublette County. And boy, I got news for you. If you're the boys coming in here thinking stepping down in class, down in conference is an automatic dub, this team, the Bronx, came in here last year almost a year to the day and blew the doors off these Wranglers. It is not going to be that way tonight.
Well, last year was actually really close in Pinedale. The final was 55. It was like a 5-point game. Pinedale kept it close. And
oh, is it home?
At home,
was
yes.
The big stretch? Yeah.
The big win was in Jackson, where I think it was like a 20 to 30 point game for the Bronx victory. But now, yes, in Pinedale, they got the loud crowd. There's like the parking lot was full, and we're not even started with the girls varsity game yet.
Yeah, they got the crowd, and they've got better. I mean, this is a better team. We'll talk about the boys in a minute, but I want to get started in the girls pregame. The boys have an experienced team and a very good team, and you're going to hear the name Gosar all night long, whether that's the coach or Josh or his two brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, like, it's just the Gosar experience. Unless you're Team 20 Sletton. Go Sletton, who can get hot from three-land, although he did not have a super good game the other night. I watched them play Lander Valley. Both these teams, girls and boys, Pinedale teams, coming off wins. Jackson, not so. The boys and girls need to get right, and especially the boys. I mean, boy, man, they need a win. And it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting, the boys' game. Girls, you know, it's a chance to see for free Elam Bowers. And seriously, you're going to be seeing this girl play at the college level, and she's got a shot at the WNBA. I mean, sooner or later, you're going to pay to watch her play.
Yes.
She's that good. And I say this with the Molly Hayeses and Cody. I say this with some of the girls we've seen that are just insanely good. Elam Bowers is operating on a whole nother level. She is the leading point scorer in all the 3A, 23 points a game. Wow. And it's not just points. When you watch her, she just stands out as the best athlete on the floor, and it's unbelievable. And kudos to this Pinedale Wrangler girls team for reloading. There was a time a couple years ago when Bowers was a freshman, Mac, and they had Sarah Cunard, Olivia Edwards, Roxanne Rogers, Mandy Mahanovich, and Abigail Hawk, and that was an all-star 3A team. They could have beat every 4A team out there with the exception of maybe Cody and maybe one of the Cheyenne teams. They were unreal 2 years ago, but they've reloaded, Pinedale has, and they've got some dangerous weapons besides Bowers. Erica Wilson is pretty darn good. Gabby Rogers will kill you from distance. They got weapons, and our girls are really going to have to play tough. Whoa.
It's going to be a tough one. Pinedale always runs. They've always been good from when I've remembered. They're 9-3 right now currently. I think they're top in their division in the quadrant in their 3A, and they are a really fun team to watch, and it's going to be a big challenge. And this will be really a test to see what the Bronx are made of, see how well they match up against Pinedale this year.
We've talked about it before for these Lady Bronx. I mean, it's not a good Jackson Lady Bronc team this year or last by any stretch, but legitimately they have been playing teams that you see once a generation. I mean, there's kids going through the program. It's just the luck of the draw. Star Valley is probably the only team I can think of girl-wise that isn't super stocked. But the rest of these teams are loaded, Matt. Cody,
yes.
Green River, Lander, Pinedale, loaded with superstars. Sheridan,
Eastern part of the state is very strong.
I mean, this is not a time to be a marginal or not a great player just learning how to play, because you're up against Goliath many nights, and they will be tonight. But hopefully they take away something and learn from it. But they're in for a tall task. Yeah, the Pinedale Wranglers come in at 10-3 now with that win over Lander Valley, 60-46, going back on January 26th. Pinedale has one loss, 2-1 in conference. I'm trying to think who beat them, because it's probably Mountain View. If you want to, I think if anybody can beat him, it was Mountain View.
Yes, Mountain View is 11-1.
Yeah, they lost to Lyman the other night. I couldn't believe it in Lyman. But yeah, Mountain View is really good in the 3A. But these Pinedale Wrangler team under head coach Trent Bowers, super good. Everything they do offensively, 54 points on average. That's number 3 in the conference. They hit about almost 41% of the shots they take from the floor. That's pretty high. That's good enough for 4th. And they are the best 3-ball shooting team in all the 3A. 36% of their shots from distance go in. And they love to shoot them. I mean, they'll shoot them a ton. Defensively, they're only average, and they don't rebound very well, but they probably don't need to. All the shots go in. I don't know. But they're tough. All-time matchup, 19-13. Jackson holds the edge, I think. Can that be right? I mean, it is an out-of-conference this year, but there was not too long ago these teams were both in the 3A. And the girls, not so evenly matched. Our girls come in at 0-11, 0-3 in conference, riding a 47-game losing streak, we think. Every statistical category at the bottom, averaging not quite 16 points a game, giving up about 59. And they don't shoot well, but they're shooting better.
Yes.
Those numbers are heading up.
Much improved. They got 27 points against Green River and 24 against Evanston.
Love that.
And it's great to see, especially if you're against very good teams.
Yeah, they're holding their own. You see a lot of good things on the floor. Scoreboard doesn't show it, and you're playing some really good teams. But these girls they're starting to gel, and they're becoming a team, and that's to me that's an important part. Not the scoreboard always.
Yep, huge. And one of these days, we're all going to be jumping out of our chairs, jumping out of the screen when they get that first dub in a while. It's coming. We'll take a quick break, and we'll take another closer look at this girl and take a look at some of the keys to the game that we hope our Later Broncs can pull off if they want to hang with these Pinedale Wranglers. Coming right back at you with the pregame show on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Broncs on their march toward a state championship.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KC95.
Back courtside here in Pinedale, waiting the start of the girls' game. Girls, boys, back-to-back right here at Jackson Hole Radio. That's our channel on YouTube, Jackson Hole Radio. And if you're tuning along on KZ95, I think I've pushed all the right buttons to have us coming out the radio, too, I hope. I have to put, Mac, you might have to be assigned to be our IT guy.
Ooh, really?
I always seem to have problems. I mean, you're an electrician. You could...
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know.
Yeah, IT...
Plus, you're a lot younger.
Process.
Plus, you're, like, I get too frustrated. You probably at least have the patience for it. Yeah, I get all worked up. Yeah, it's going to sound like I am a Pinedale announcer, so, Mac, you'll have to balance me out with Jackson. I love our girls. I'm a huge fan, obviously, of our team, and I can't wait till our girls get a win. But I like to see great basketball. And when I watch this Pinedale team, it's unbelievable, and some of the things they do are on another level. I don't know how anybody in the 3A can play with these girls. They're super good. My keys to the game for the Jackson Bronx, obviously, Elam Bowers. She's like a pro. She's a man amongst girls.
Is she a senior?
She's finally, I believe she might be. Let me check that.
I was curious.
Junior.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
She's got another. I mean, she's been doing this. In fact, I read her bio. She has aspirations to play, obviously, beyond high school, and so she's going to all this prep stuff. She's been to some fancy prep team down in Colorado. Wow. Everything she's done has been all world. She will be, if she can pull it off, and I see no reason she wouldn't, she will be the first ever girl to be all-state 4 years. So you've got to start as a freshman. She was all-state, all-conference. Did it again in her sophomore year, and she could do it all 4 years, and nobody's done that.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's something else. So what our keys to the game is, you'll see up on the screen, is man up on Elam Bowers. I think you can't play zone on her. She'll kill you. She'll kill you both ways. If you're in the zone, you'll give her too much room to shoot the three, and she'll do it. If you're also in the 2-3 zone, and Mac, you know, if you're not really, really good at playing zone, sometimes you have the feeling, you think if Bowers makes a slash to the cup, you may think that's your guy. Oh, that's my guy. When you're playing zone and someone slashes down the lane, whose job is it to get her? Either you all go and she'll dish, or nobody goes and she'll put it up. It's hard.
Yes, that's why communication's got to be critical for the Bronx team, and that's always a big part of the game is communication. It's never talked about enough how important it is, because knowing where you are on the floor will get you stops.
All I can think to do is play man on her, and just you're going to take fouls. Most of the fouls you take on Bowers are going to be inside, down low. She knows how to draw them, and that's going to be our bigs. So I'm manning up on her, and I'm putting Webb, I'm putting Zoe, I'm putting Riera on her, and we're going to foul out because she's a load. But I would man up on her and make her life as difficult as you can, which leads me to our number 3 keys to the game. Get off the screens. One reason Bowers always seems to be open when everybody knows she's going to shoot, as this team sets screens like none I've ever seen. You'll see it all night tonight. They set up the block. It's unbelievable. Think ahead is my other key. I think, to speed the game up for the girls is know what you're going to do with the ball before you get the ball. Who is somebody open on the floor? Who is it? And when you get that pass, is she still open? Or are you open? When you get that pass, be ready to shoot. Think ahead, I think, is one way to slow the game down in your mind and speed it up in reality. Does that work for you, man?
Yes, that's a great point. Yeah, taking time, making the right decision, making the right pass is always critical, and that limits turnovers, which can be a big problem for the Bronx.
True. Very true. We're getting a national anthem here, so it'll be a good time to duck out and bring our girls line up. The girls will introduce themselves, brought to you by Young Life.
Ashley Chamberlain, sophomore. Marlo Strickland, sophomore. Youngwood Garcia, junior. Melanie Yettle, senior. Zoe Bosch, sophomore. Allison Burchup, junior. Camilla Ramirez, sophomore. Sophia Vasquez-Baez, sophomore. Lucy Webb, junior. Miranda Rhodes, senior. Gracie Rosenberg, senior. Matt Holland, junior. Shannon Alvin, junior. Hayden Falk, sophomore. Brielle Merriman, sophomore. Pat Ankeny, junior. Harley Rommel, sophomore.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Boy, that's a big flag, Mac Kinney.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Giant flag.
Maybe it's their ceiling's lower than ours, so it seems.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a sidewinder size flag. Joe Rice, somebody, you better check the flagpole. Make sure you still got yours.
Wow.
All right, we're ready to go with the player introductions, getting the starting lineups for both teams, and get this thing underway. For the Jackson Bronx, they'll be introduced first. They're wearing their road blacks trimmed in orange and gray. Zoe Bosch gets the call, of course, joined by Lucy Webb. Raina Rhodes, Grayson Rosenberg, who could factor big into this one. She's going to have to keep her arms up every time somebody heads a late. Pinedale does not have a lot of big, tall girls. They play very athletically, and they're not afraid to get in the paint. Mads Hollins rounds out the starting five for the Jackson Lady Bronx. In their home whites, trimmed in, boy, I barely see any green on there, even though they're all about green here, Mac, the green machine.
Yes.
They're white and orange and green, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see much orange in the gym anywhere, but you can see their uniforms at least are, trimmed in some orange.
The 5'7" junior Gabby Rogers averaging 8.5 a game. Alexis White likes to go by Lexi. The sophomore averaging 7.5. There's a reason Elin Bowers wears number 23. She plays as good as Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Averaging 23 a game. May McGuire gets to start, the junior, averaging 2.5 points a game. And watch this kid, Erica Wilson. She lives in the shadow a little bit of Bowers, but she's the second leading scorer of this team with 11 a game, and she is super dangerous. She can do it a lot of different ways. 33 from outside, inside. Not a true big on this Wranglers team. May McGuire's I think the reason she's getting what I would say is a rare start is because of Rosenberg, but here they will tap it now. And McGuire wins the tap to Bowers. Hands off to Alexis White. I'm going to switch my page sides or I'm going to get all confused.
And Jackson is matched up defensively in this game. They're not running the zone, which you predicted well.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping they'd go man. There's Grayson Rosenberg with it. No score. We're just underway. Holland kicks out the road. She'll try a baseline three. That's short. And the rebound is Wilson. Pinedale sets up the half-court offense. Bowers cross court to White. Alexis drives, now lost the handle, but it goes right to another Pinedale player. Long three off the back of the iron, no good from Erica Wilson. And now a whistle and a jump ball. The arrow favors the Jackson Bronx. They'll flip that. Zoe Bosch, who we're not even in a minute in this game. She always looks exhausted to me, but she does so much out there. Here comes Bosch trying to get by Bauer. She's trapped, but gets it over to Webb. Good job. Webb breaks the timeline. She gets out of a trap, passing to Rhodes, who hits the floor, and she bounces it to Holland. Nice save, man. It's Holland over to Lucy Webb. Bounce pass to Rhodes around the horn, and now top of the key. Zoe Bosch passes in. Oh, it was a good idea, but Webb wasn't ready for it. But Rado Rhodes is there to rescue things and put in the long two. It's 2-0 Jackson. Here's Bowers, bumps hard with Webb. Or sorry, that was White bumping with Webb. Bowers is off with her long three, but the putback is there. And we're tied at 2. These Pinedale girls and the boys slow starting to begin games, and then they pick up the pace. There's a trip right there. And Zoe was just dribbling right through it. She just kept going.
And the Bronx are looking aggressive. They're dribbling through double teams, which is good for drawing fouls, except they got to work towards the middle and not towards the sideline as they're getting trapped way too often.
I'll buy that back. First foul on Erica Wilson, first of the game. And now inside Rosenberg, and she's blocked, partial block by Mae McGuire. And here come the Wranglers. Uh-oh, Bowers lost the handle, almost traveled doing that. Cross-court pass. Gabby Rogers to Erica Wilson. Wilson drives, and yeah, she took steps as she met Grayson Rosenberg and traveled in the process. 5:45 to go with the first tie to deuce. Webb passing, and that was ill-advised because Mae McGuire saw it coming. McGuire's matched up with Rosenberg. That's the battle of the bigs, and that's sort of the subplot to the plot, which is going to be how good the guards play, including Bowers, including Zoe Bosch. Here's Webb. Bowers reaches in, pokes it loose, but it goes right to Zoe Bosch. Bosch pulls up, and she did slide a foot. Tough. That hurt just watching how she contorted herself. I think I pulled a groin watching it. Pinedale ball still stuck at 2s. Bowers took a ton of steps, took an arm to the face, and still made that shot. That was 2 Euro steps. There's a turnover. Wilson over to Bowers, and she's up and in.
And already we got the Bauer show.
Yeah, she's quickly on her way to 24 or more. Out of bounds. That'll stay with Jackson. Poke free. One thing Bowers does not do a lot is poke at the ball. She doesn't have a ton of steals. She won't swipe at it a bunch. So Zoe can be content in her dribble, knowing that Bowers probably not going to reach in on her. And Elin I think she just doesn't want to pick up the cheap ones. And she rarely swipes at the ball. And was that time finally on Webb?
Yes, it was a 5-second violation.
Yeah.
No one could get open for the Bronx.
Yeah, Lucy Webb just got stuck and waiting for help that never came. Here's Bowers over the line. She'll rarely come off the court. McGuire set a screen for her, and now a long shot there from Wilson. No good, but the rebound is Pinedale. Bowers puts a move on Raina Rhodes, leaves her in the dust, pop shot up and in. She blew by Rhodes, and just before Rosenberg can get there, she put in the floater. She has a good feel for where pressure is. More trapping by Pinedale. Pass for Rosenberg, and as I can say, it's out of her hands. And Pinedale ball. So Wranglers pressing a little bit. We've seen the Lady Broncs handle it pretty well the last 2 or 3 games. Elam Bowers, and again, watch those screens as they tried to pick Rhodes off her with McGuire. McGuire tries to set another one. There's a drive to the hoop, no good. Rebound won't go either, and then what a tangle in there. And boy, I can't believe there was no call. And Erica Wilson went to go up, and 3 girls were on her. I like it. Letting them play. Almost a steal. Rhodes saves it to Mads Holla. Now that's punched loose, out of bounds. Last off Lexi White. Jackson ball. 3:50 to go in the first. It's 8-2 Pinedale. I think the Bronx defense has been very good so far. They're not giving Wranglers easy ones. There's Lucy Webb, hands off to Zoe Bosch. She gets free of Bowers long enough to put that one up, but it won't go. Rolls in and out. A rebound by Alexis White. Here come the Wranglers. Erica Wilson gets it to White, now back to Bowers. Bowers far side, long 3 from the lefty. In and out, Gabby Rogers, and pile up underneath. What happened?
And a great job by Grayson Rosenberg to draw the foul as Pinedale was just going way too rampant in the paint.
We just had someone standing in the way. And
foul is on McGuire, her first, team second. No fouls yet on Jackson. As Bosch thought about Hierro, and now we'll do the safe route to Lucy Webb, and now Zoe will try to dribble it across. No, meets a trap and gets it to Webb. Lucy pushes Erica Wilson out of her way. Now to Bosch, to Melanie Hierro. Hierro and Burcham now in the game for Jackson.
Come on, someone open up.
Hierro needs some help here. Is she going to get it? Does. Gets it to Allison Burcham, who goes right to the rack, and she's bumped hard there by May McGuire. And May picks up her second, and she earned that. We'll see. I'm assuming the foul. Maybe I better not. Yes, it is on McGuire, who will come out now with the 2 fouls. Zoe Bosch inbounds pass to Holland. Mans puts it right up. I like it. Grab and shoot, but she couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Maddie Hawk. That's Abigail Hawk's younger sister. And Ely Bowers. Bang from deep, and it's 11-2. Another steal here. Erica Wilson bounce pass, left-hand shot, no good, and more contact underneath. And finally the putback. Boy, they are letting them play in the paint back.
Yes, they are. And
bodies flying.
Jackson actually doing a solid job limiting the paint points by the Pinedale Wranglers.
They really are. There's no easy drive to the rack shots. You're going to pay a price. And a steal. Burcham puts up a shot. No good. Allison got a chance for her own rebound here. And she's going to get caught for the double dribble. Tough. Yeah, that ball, I didn't even see that steal.
Yeah, all of a sudden I was like, wait, we got the ball back, girls.
13-2, 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first. Bowers over the line, calm and collected. The junior directs traffic. She wants Alexis White to cut left to right. Alexis complies. Gabby Rogers with it now. Takes a walk to the top of the perimeter and gives it to Wilson. Wilson. Now Bowers up with it. Good over the top of Melanie Hierro, and Bowers just needs about 1 second and 1 foot. Give her that, and she will let it fly.
Yes, I was about to say, she has a very quick release. Like, it's a beautiful shot.
It's quick. And it's pro jump shot. I mean, she comes a foot off the floor and then flicks the wrist. It's a beautiful shot. She has a great release. And yeah, it balls out of her hands very quickly. And that's the one part of her game, the distance shooting. And we've seen her hit now from deep a couple times, but she also is very good inside. She's listed at 5'10", I believe. I got to double the check. Only 5'8". I think she's 5'9" now. But she plays bigger than that. She's not afraid to go inside. But so far, our girls, Jackson Bronx, as you pointed out, Mac, have been ferocious down low. Nothing free, nothing easy. And with the refs letting them play, keep that up.
Yeah, they're doing it without fouling, which is a huge improvement for the Bronx. It's very good.
Zoe Bosch pass to Webb is knocked out of bounds by Bowers. Jackson retains possession. They'll inbounds right here in front of the student section, which is starting to fill in. Zoe Bosch on her is Erica Wilson. Zoe looking around, who's open, finds Grayson Rosenberg. Grayson right back to Bosch. Zoe puts a move on White and blows right by her, but Wilson stayed with her and made the block. Here's Wilson with it now. Cross court to Alexis White. Bam, and Gabby Rogers with the three. And she's the other three-ball shooter. Wilson will do it, but Gabby Rogers, I don't know if Gabby Rogers takes a shot unless it's a three. She loves the fire from the perimeter or long twos. 19-2 now with 66 seconds to go in the first. Bowers with it, kick out to Wilson. Erica now around the horn. Far side, it's Gabby Rogers. She puts one up, 16-footer rolls off, no. Rebound putback is in, and that's Alexis White, the sophomore. Makes it 21-2.
And Pinedale doing a really good job on the offensive glass. They got to have at least 6 to 8 second chance points.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We mentioned they weren't a great rebounding team by the stats as Burcham fires just long, and Pinedale with the ball now. Bowers drives, and two defenders, and it doesn't matter. Got by Hierro, and again floated one over the top of Grayson Rosenberg, and she's pretty good at that floater.
We got a 5-second violation on the Bronx. A thing to remember that is easy to forget when playing is that you can move the baseline off of a made basket, which is the case in this situation.
Oh, you can run up and down the baseline.
Yes.
Yeah. Good point, Mac. Good point.
I forget that one.
Yeah. Here's Bowers with time ticking down. Fires from long off the back iron. Gets her own rebound. And now hits a wide open three. Yes. That's Gabby Rogers. Ends the first quarter on a high note. Wow. Pinedale 26, Jackson 2. Be right back with the second quarter after these. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Trying to remind myself I have the ability to capture a replay, Mac, but there's been few and far between for Jackson, unfortunately.
Yes, Pinedale closed that quarter on a 26-0 run.
They sure, that's right. We had the first two of the game. And then we angered the Bear.
I know, and that's where I get mad. If we would have made our shots, it should be 26-10.
Yeah.
Can I just be hopeful there?
Yep.
Oh. Sorry.
Could easily be 26-10, but if some of those fell. Bowers with the ball now. Pinedale moving right to left on your YouTube dial. Rhodes picks up. Bowers, she's drawn the assignment for most of the afternoon, it seems. Nice pass by Bowers inside, up and in, May McGuire. McGuire playing with 2 fouls, and that was strong, and I love the refs letting them play down low. That's a battle down there. And McGuire went strong for the 28-2 lead now. Lucy Webb over the timeline just in time. Picked up there by Wilson. Now to Mads Holland. Holland bounce pass. Rhodes tries one, and that's blocked by Wilson and out of bounds.
That was
Jackson
Webb who
ball.
tried it.
Lucy Webb. Is that who I said?
No, you said Rhodes.
Oh, sorry. Lucy had the right eye. She was open for a moment, but so quickly Erica Wilson got there and shut that down.
Oh, it's going to be free throws, apparently. It was a foul.
Oh, Wilson must have got
which means
some of Lucy and
3
some
free
of the
throws.
ball. I did not. Yeah, and that was a 3-pointer, so you're right. 3 free throws here for
Lucy.
Lucy Webb. Okay. Webb, a 40% free throw shooter, converts the first of 3. Can't get that one to go.
So
Bowers is wearing different colored kicks, by the way. She had yellow ones on the other night. Just make that observation. That's why I've had trouble finding her on the court. Lucy makes another 2. And it's 28-4. Pinedale with a basketball. Near side is that's Erica Wilson. To Bowers, to Gabby, long 3, good. Rogers is feeling it, Mac.
The whole team is feeling
31-4. Who isn't, right?
Yeah, specifically Rogers and frickin' Bowers are, I think, 4 for 5 from 3.
Oh, Bowers stolen away. Beautiful pass to Wilson and a 33-4 game. Raina Rhodes the other way. Pass intended for Holland, knocked out of bounds by Wilson. Going to be Jackson ball. Yeah, Pinedale really starting to stroke it now. Zoe inbounds here and has Lucy Webb. Webb gets a screen. Nice one from Holland, but is picked up immediately by Maddie Hawk. Hawk comes out to play Lucy Webb here. Swipes at the ball. Lucy secures it. Pass to Grayson Rosenberg. Grayson back to Webb. To Zoe Bosch, drives the lane, picks up a lot of traffic, and picks up the foul. Good things happen when you get in there.
And that's something Zoe should do more. Try and just bait the defense to foul her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She's quick. She's pretty good at the line. I mean, a 50-50 shooter like a lot of these girls. But yeah, you're right. And she has that aggressive mindset. She should do it more. That shot won't go. The foul, by the way, is on Maddie Hawk, the junior. .6:23 to go in the half. 33-4 Wranglers. Zoe contemplates her second of 2. She's got that one. Pinedale ball, bringing it across the line, and just going to go in all the way. Left-handed lay, and that's Gabby Rogers. And boy, she is a left-hander, so the left-handed layup, not a trouble from her. But that's another thing I wanted to say about Bowers is she goes either hand dribbling, either hand shooting, and you can't tell if she's a righty or a lefty sometimes. Rogers, a left-handed shooter, and she does love that. What do you call that layup, Mac, that's from far? Like, you're not really near the basket?
Well, it's interesting.
Is there a name for it?
Because my friends would call it the mid-range layup because that's a move I would use to do.
Oh,
the
it's
mid-range
Fairbairn's shot.
Yep.
The mid-range layup. I like that. Yeah, but Rogers loves that. In addition to shooting from 3, she's really good at that. Bowers to the line to make it a 3-point play. She does. And thought so. 39-5. Yeah, that's what I have. Jackson with the ball, and it's Harley Rommel across the line. She picks up a double-team trap, needs help. Can't find it. Timeout. No, they're going to tie her up. Somebody reached in. I think it was Bowers.
Jump ball.
Reached in and tied her up. Jump ball, and the arrow going Jackson way. I thought Coach Shockley was going to help her out there for a minute. Zoe Bosch triggers one into Rommel. That's knocked away out of bounds by Gabby Rogers. Pinedale defensively kind of average, but they got 5 athletes on the floor, and they're so quick, Mac.
Yes, they are, and getting lots of deflections early.
Long cross-court heave to Holland. She'll try one up over the top of Maddie Hawk and can't get it to go.
Shoot, Grayson was right there with that rebound.
Rebound White. Here come the Wranglers. There's Rogers with that left-handed shot. Left it short. Rebound no good either from White. Now a scramble for the ball, and Rommel can't find it. And she and Alexis White had a little get-together, and something went bad there. And it's on White, eh?
And that, yeah, great hustle by Rommel to chase after that rebound and draw the foul. And then the Jackson Bronx just gotta crash the defensive glass. That's been a big problem this game.
5:38 to go in the half. 39-5. Wranglers lead it with Zoe Bosch. Looking for Burcham, but they missed that connection. Wilson to Bowers, who's way off with that one, but the rebound by Wilson. That won't go, and Rosenberg battling with White down low, and it's off White. And out of bounds. Jackson ball, and there's a timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well with the score. Pinedale 39, Jackson 5. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 on the Jackson Hole Radio.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
Jackson Bronx.
Back to the action. It's Zoe Bosch across the line, passes to Harley Rommel. Rommel looking for Burcham, partially tipped by Hawk, and then it went out of bounds. Rommel was standing out of bounds, maybe, yeah.
And something that the Bronx got to do more is when they're doing passes with defense all over them, they got to look for more bounce passes to get past the defender.
Yes. I mean, young players tend to telegraph their passes, and their eyes go to where they're passing. That's Bowers again. So, yeah, you got to not stare down who you're passing to, and sometimes, yes, it does help. Avoid the hands by using the bounce pass. Good point, Mac. Mads Holland's wide open for a three. Too strong. Hawks saves it. No, she didn't. Stepping out of bounds. Jackson ball. 41-5. Bowers has got about 30 of those. Well, maybe I exaggerate, but Rogers has been in there as well. The same two suspects that really lead Pinedale night after night. Pass to Rosenberg. That's intercepted. Sniffed out and going all the way the other way. Up and in. Alexis White. Contact with Rosenberg, but a good no call. Referee's been consistent with that. Bosch with it now. 4:20, and that's pass is tipped, and here comes White again. Bounce pass underneath, shot no good. Rebound Pinedale, and it's all Wrangler jerseys under the net. Another shot no good by Mae McGuire, and finally Harley Rommel pulls down the boards. Boy, the Wranglers have been strong on the glass offensively. And Burcham lost the handle, stolen away. Here comes Alexis White, gonna do it all by herself. Left-handed scoop, no. She'll get her own rebound, no. And look at all that battling underneath. Mads Hollins. Oh, Oh, and her pass to Zoe Bosch off her hands and out of bounds. Boy, you do all the hard work if you're Mads Holland's in there with elbows and you pull down the rebound and the pass misses Bosch. Wholesale changes for Jackson, trying to stay fresh. Hayden Block in the game. Was she just giving the Pinedale student section the what for? Does she know somebody from Pinedale? She was like,
she does know some people from Pinedale and know that, yeah.
Them on, and they were cheering her on, or razzing her. I couldn't figure out one or the other.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Oh,
no.
steal by Webb. Good job. Good busy hands by Lucy. And she gets the turnover pass to Hayden Block. Block bounce pass. There's Max bounce pass to Rosenberg. Now back to Block to give and go. And it didn't quite work, but Hayden gets her own rebound, and now she is attacked. She caught that in the forehead, but she's all right, I think.
And good job to stay with it, getting that offensive rebound, and that's what Jackson needs to do more of. Put in their own share of offensive rebounds, and now rewarded at the free throw line because of it.
Yes. Block's first one gets a shooter's roll. That's in. The foul, by the way, Erica Wilson, her third. No Pinedale player goes to the line more than Erica, and no player gets more fouls on herself. So she lives where life is tough. And Block converts both. I like that.
That's 100%.
Pinedale with the ball. Good math by Kimmy Kay. Wilson's pass inside. Never got there. A lot of just tough going. And there's a jump ball as Holland ties up with Claire Thonoff, who's in the game, the sophomore. Yeah, Jackson Bronx, I have never seen them play this tough in the paint. They are pretty much telling Pinedale, okay, Bowers might hit some long ones, maybe Rogers, but if you come in here, it's going to be a war. Long three there, and wow. So Pinedale's reaction is says, all right, we won't come in there. Erica Wilson hits a three, and it's 46-7. The points have not really been there. Certainly not easy for Pinedale down low. Here's Mads Holland. Good fake. Gets right around her. Mark May McGuire with a baseline drive and then missed the shot. But, boy, Holland did a good job to put McGuire in the air. The junior went flying. And Holland then went right to the rim and missed the layup. Too strong. 46-7. That's tough when you go. Sorry.
I was just going to say, and she went for the rebound. That's how she ended up with a foul.
Oh,
she was
got a
getting
foul.
Her own ball back.
When you're heading to the rim with some speed, Mac, it's hard to slow your shot down, you know?
Yes.
Just you want to just ease it up right at the end, but long three there from Gabby Rogers and a rare miss. Rebound Rosenberg to Hayden Block. I don't think that was an intentional behind-the-back dribble. Hayden just saved it. Now gets it to Webb. Lost the handle momentarily. Picks it back up. Double dribble. No, a reach-in by Bowers, and she's going to get whistled here, I think. Her first. Elin Bowers. Yep.
That's good awareness by Webb to get Bowers to start drawing the fouls, because if Jackson wants to try and get back into this game, they got to get Bowers back onto the bench with foul trouble.
Yeah.
Lucy to the line. Webb, a 40% free throw shooter. Jackson down 46-7. 2:17 to go in the half. Just missed. We say that about a lot of Jackson shots that just won't go in there.
They're so close.
I think that size of our basket is a little smaller. Bertram's going to check in for Mads Holland. And the bench rises to greet Mads. I think that's first time she's come off today. It's Block, Hierro, Rosenberg, Bertram, and Webb. Webb's second shot off the back iron, no good. Here comes Elin Bowers. Lost the handle momentarily. Lucy's on her now with Rhodes off the floor. Bowers. Lucy's given her enough room that she could hit this, but Bowers won't. Cross court to White. Now to Rogers and back to Bowers inside. No good. Her shot. Little turnaround jumper, but loose change comes right out to Gabby Rogers, who secures it. Ponytail covering her number all the way to the waist. And nice pick there by McGuire, but Rogers doesn't make use of it. Back out to White. Lexi, far side, right in front of the Jackson bench is Rogers back up top of the key. Bowers inside, now kicks it out. Long three, or long two, and no good by Alexis White. And the rebound comes into the Wranglers' hands again. Bowers, pop shot, good.
See, you look down, actually, we got the rebound, and then we turned it over. So sad.
Webb's pass intended for block is going to be knocked out of bounds by Gabby Rogers. Time ticking down here in the second. We're just over a minute. Here's Lucy Webb. Over to Burcham. Nice ball fake. Gets away, and there's a long baseline three from Lucy. Just short. The rebound, White. Gets it to Rogers, pushes it up ahead to Alexi White, back to Rogers. Just those two want to play basketball. Now they'll let Claire Thonoff in on the game, and Bowers is going to finish the whole mess with a shot. Oh, she missed it, and Rosenberg sky high with a board. Grayson leads this team and rebounds along with Mads Holland. Hero to Grayson Rosenberg. Rosenberg pass tip right back into her own hands. Hierro has it now. Over to Lucy Webb. Webb far side drive. She's got time. The layup no good. Into the hands of Lexi White. Another rebound for Lexi. To Rogers. To Bowers. In front of the Jackson bench. Pinedale will play for a last shot here. With time now under 10. Steal by Lucy Webb. Webb's going to go all the way, and Bowers hammers her and got all ball, and the crowd loves it. And now Bowers with a long three. No good at the buzzer. Wow. I should have replayed that. Lucy.
Yeah, you should have, because I'm thinking that was a foul there.
Lucy with a great steal. A lot of, but true to form, the referees have let that go.
Yeah, they're letting them play.
And if Bowers contacted Webb, it was after the block, and it might have been not enough. How'd you see it, Mac? Not that it matters.
Well, what I see is this is what the Bronx need to do a little bit more, not on just layups. They need to learn to come to that jump stop, do a pump fake, get the defense in the air, and then go up with the layup or the jump shot. I've seen it on a couple shots, seen it on a couple layups. They just got to take a little bit more time to get the perfect shot so it'll go in.
Love it, love it. I see Burcham. Allison Burcham knows how to ball fake like that and get her player to commit and maybe even off her feet and then dribble around her. That's a good point. That would help. These are basketball moves that are starting to get into the advanced basketball moves. And these girls, seriously, some of them just picked up the game last year. I mean, they're like, oh, I'll go out for basketball. So Coach Shockley's trying to teach them this stuff. And that, when they start figuring those things out, we'll see a whole different basketball team. Halftime, and I don't want to miss whatever this halftime cheer thing is going to be. So let's take a quick break at the half with the score: Pinedale 48, Jackson 7. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Jake Nichols, Mac Fairbairn, Kimmy K bringing you all the action. We're at halftime. Let you enjoy the halftime show for a moment. They're cheering for defense in Pinedale, but we're seeing a lot of offense. Mac, 48 points put up on the Lady Wranglers in a half.
That is very impressive. They're on pace for 96 in a high school game. They could get to 100.
Goodness me.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Pinedale beat up on some teams, and I know it's not Coach Bauer's intent to make anybody look bad, but he does not sub a bunch. And a lot of it might have to do with this is not a deep bench. He's got some JV players he can tap. But outside, you know, you got Rogers, White, Bowers, of course, Wilson, McGuire, and Hawk. And we've seen them all except for the younger Hawk sister. We still have a Charlotte Hawk. All of them, I would assume, are sisters of the great Abigail Hawk, Abby Hawk. But I still remember her. That's back when this team was big. I mean, they put 5'11", 6 foot down low, and they had Bowers shooting out high. They were. When were the Pistons good? They were
back in the early 2000s.
They were the aughts Pistons or the 90s Bulls. And the girls shoot in a little bit into time for the boys to come out and warm up, and you're seeing both boys teams get ready, and we'll set them up in a minute. But right now, if you're Coach Shockley, what are you telling the girls? Mac, you're in the locker room. You scored 7 against a dynamite team. That's not bad. I mean, this Lady Bronx team was scoring 10 for an entire game all last season, scoring 7. So 7's a start. Now what? What do you got to do better? You talked about what to do with that jump shot or that
pump fakes, get good shots. They are getting solid shots. They're just not falling. The biggest issue for me would be the turnovers, which has been a common theme this year, and the offensive rebounds that Pinedale is having. They are getting everything they want in the paint, getting lots of second chance points. It's been hurting the Bronx very badly.
Yeah, and ladies, when you go back and watch the tape, if you do, don't feel bad. Watch some other games that Pinedale's played. They've done this to everybody. They've done this to really, really good teams. They've done what they want offensively. And it's credit to their coaching. They can play any style game you want to play. They can get to the rack. They can shoot it from outside, lights out. They shoot the three better than any girls team in the 3A. They can play any style you want. I don't know how you stop them or even slow them down, but you got to try here in the second half. The boys' game should be super interesting, and I wish I didn't have time to talk to Coach Elliott before the game, but I hope he stressed to the boys coming off a loss Saturday against Evanston. and a loss prior to that, right?
In
I think they've dropped 2 in a row, and this a non-conference game that usually is pretty close because Pinedale plays better than 3A, and sometimes our boys don't play good enough 4A, so they end up being pretty closely matched for most years. This game has been rescheduled, so it comes in the middle of conference play, but it comes at a good time, Mac. Even though it's not a conference win or loss up for grabs, it's a chance to get right again mentally.
Yes, and it's always fun because Pinedale is close. I mean, I say close even though it's an hour-and-a-half drive.
Yeah.
It's technically kind of a rival. Pinedale is one of the opponents that Jackson has a winning record against, 24-12 in the last 15 years. And Jackson has won for the last 3 years. They haven't lost against Pinedale since 2020. And so Jackson has had the edge. Pinedale always looks to beat Jackson. They play hard. They want to win so badly against the Bronx. You could just see it in their eyes and see it in how they play.
Jackson Lady Bronx just getting back on the floor, and Kimmy K, if you tilt the camera to the right side of the court, the Pinedale girls came out, I don't know if it was early, right on time, and kicked the boys off that side of the court. They're like, you guys can warm up later. These girls are all business. They're like, we're going to take the 2 minutes and dial in our shots some more, if that's possible. It seemed pretty dialed in the first 16 minutes. I'm going to change my scoreboard to period number 3, and we're about ready to get this one going. We're going to switch sides. 48-7, Pinedale leads it. Jackson Lady Bronx, so try to do some things right and build on little things. What little goals can you set for yourself this second half? Maybe try to, outscore this team for one quarter. Maybe try to score more points than you have in a quarter. Maybe shut down Bowers, grab some rebound. Oh yeah, defensive rebounds. Boy, Jackson's got to get better there. Pinedale's not typically a good rebounding team, but they've been all over the glass when they miss shots. And letting them play down low, we just hope everybody comes out of this healthy, because they are banging down there, man.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to be down there.
Yeah, and it's interesting because there hasn't been many fouls called, so they are letting them play, as you've said, and I like it. I really like the physical style of basketball.
I do too, and our girls, I would not call them a physical team. I would call Evanston can be physical. There's some other teams I can think that really are going to bang you around and love that game. I wouldn't say our Jackson girls are one of them, but they show grit. Kimmy says yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
I think that perseverance, that grit, and just watching them this year and how they play and have handled the press, and I see some fire and even anger out there. Like, no way.
Right, and
so
that I think it's a change from last year. Last year was the team that they weren't aggressive, but they got right back up. They showed grit and heart and perseverance. This year they take the extension to that and say, we're starting to get angry now. We're going to play that kind of physical game as well.
They're developing their confidence and getting out there and playing the game.
Yep, Bosch will inbounds here to Webb. Jackson moving right to left in their road darks. Pinedale in the home white. Webb hands off to Rhodes. Raina trying to slip past Alexis White, and she will, and now loses the handle. Yeah, that was Rogers, sorry, that she got by. Fast break here for Pinedale, and up and in May McGuire. And McGuire's having a pretty big game. The junior doesn't usually factor into Pinedale's scoring scheme, but she's got the start tonight, and she's been good. Lucy Webb with the ball now for Jackson. Pulls up her dribble, looking for a cutting Bosch. That was a good idea, but so he just couldn't quite get a high pass. She's out of bounds. Gabby Rogers inbounds to Bowers. Those two will not come off the floor until a few minutes left in the fourth, I'm thinking. As Bowers is putting on a statistical show tonight. She leads his team in everything. Rebounds, shoots, points, shooting percentage. Here's Gabby Rogers. Pulls out. She ran into some trouble. Bowers saves it, but no, she didn't. Stepped on the line out of bounds. Good defense there by the Lady Bronx. Gave Wranglers nothing.
Yes, and that's what Bronx need, more possessions like that. And once those possessions add up, confidence will add up.
Raina Rhodes swings it here in the near corner, poked away, out of bounds by Rogers, out of the hands of Holland. Jackson ball. Zoe Bosch, 6. We got a running clock, 50-7.
Yes, the lead is more than 40 as it's 43 right now.
Oh, I thought it was 50 they do that. Rhodes with it. Raina Rhodes working on Elin Bowers. Bounce pass for Rosenberg. Almost picked off. Now there's a scramble for jump ball. As Rosenberg and White both had their hands on it. The arrow favors the home team. Just under 6 to go in the third. 50-7 Wranglers basketball. And Bowers across the line. Pinedale sets up its half-court offense. Raina Rhodes. Good defensive player Rhodes has been marking Bowers most of the night. That shot short, the rebound Jackson. Who got that board? Rosenberg?
Rosenberg.
Okay, thank you.
And Mads Holland with the great defense to get the stop.
Beautiful. Zoe Bosch in the Mads. Bounce pass to Rosenberg. She was open for a moment. Quickly there is McGuire, though. Now top of the key. Webb lost the handle. Bowers coming the other way, 2-on-1. Fakes the pass and puts it up and in. I thought she was going to pass. So did Raina Rhodes. And took it herself. Good fake. Pass tipped away, stolen away by Alexis White. Lexi works it up ahead to Wilson. Erica. Oh, what a pile up down low.
And
my goodness.
I know I say great hustle a lot, but that's great hustle by Raina Rhodes to stop the fast break.
Yeah. And I tell you, every time you go to the bucket, if you're a Lady Wrangler, you better be ready to wear a bruise. Jackson making him pay. Wilson's going to let one fly. That's no good. With a rebound, White, she's double teamed, but gets it back out to Wilson. Erica drives, kick out. Uh-oh, long three. Rogers, money. Yikes. And you can't cover everybody. You collapse down low, and somebody's open up high.
And you said, uh-oh, you knew that was going in, Jake.
I had a feeling. It was something about the way she spins it. Uh-oh, and there's more uh-ohs, and that's a foul on Gabby Rogers, the junior. She got handsy with Rhodes. 4 minutes and counting, 55-7. Pinedale leads it. Mads Hollins gets a quick break, talks to Coach Shockley, inbounds pass to Webb. Shockley always teaching. Baseline 3 here by Rhodes, just short. The rebound, Lexi White. Pinedale comes hustling up again. Bowers cross court, posting up for the 3. It's good, and that's Wilson. And there's so many weapons on this team. Bowers, Wilson, Rogers, they all love the triple. Zoe Bosch with a left-handed dribble. Gets it to Rhodes, baseline drive, and she's shut off there. That is a foul, McGuire. And for May, that's her third, I believe, maybe 4. How many has she got? She's been aggressive in there. Her third, team second, and Bosch looks to trigger in. Nobody open. Zoe taking time, floats one out top of the key to Webb. She'll try a long one and just misses. Rebound, Alexi White. Here comes Rogers, pushes it ahead to Wilson. Back out to Gabby Rogers. Oh, she thought about it. Now she'll drive, and that's trouble. Tripped over Webb and fell into Rosenberg, and she might have turned an ankle there. She should have just taken that shot, Rogers. She ball faked and then went right into 3 Bronx defenders. And hate to see that as she's slow to get up. And I think she turned an ankle on Lucy.
Oh, yeah, I think
stepped
she
on her
did.
foot. Ankles can be real ginger, Mac. They look real bad when they happen, but how fast can you spring back, you think, if it's just a turn?
Yeah, it's definitely tough to come back from, and it's even harder when you have a 51-point lead. This is where, I mean, Pinedale shouldn't be having their starters on the floor. They should be taking it a little bit easy. I think their lead is safe enough.
And it's been established that if you drive in traffic, you're going to get contacted. So knowing that, yeah, take care of yourselves with this big lead. Rhodes triggers over to Harley Rommel. Now to Furnace. Who's for? Oh yeah, Fermanek, 44. The other way, and then more offensive boards for Pinedale, but Fermanek coming up with a rebound. Nice job. Gets it to Rhodes. 2 minutes, 58-7. Wranglers lead it. Rhodes to Harley Rommel. She'll post up long three. That's short, and letting it go out of bounds is Lexi White.
And even though the Bronx aren't converting on points, they're not afraid to take the shot, which I like. They're shooting it, and even if they don't go in, they continue to shoot it. And that's the only way it's going to go in.
So many times last year I wish they shot more, and they're doing that this year. They're really growing.
And I still get so angry when their shots are so close. Can they just drop in?
That was Lexi White who drove for the layup, but Fermacek would not let her have it, and a good defense there by Fermanek.
Timeout.
To deny White the easy layup. Ends up, somebody took a foul there, or what was the whistle? Timeout. Some positives here, even though the Wranglers have 58 points in the third, I think the Bronx have played good defense. The Wranglers will kill everybody from the three. But the Bronx have said, look, maybe we can't defend everything, but we can defend down low, and you're not coming in here for points. That's something to build on.
Yes.
And then next game, you grow on that. So, okay, we got the down low. Well, let's protect the perimeter, right? You know, build one step at a time. But points in the paint have been hard to come by, even though the Lady Bronx have not then rebounded well. They've given Pinedale too many chances down there. But how many misses the Wranglers have had from the paint, from within 8 feet? I bet they're shooting not very well.
Yes,
I bet they're shooting like 20% or less from close, because those shots are contested.
And probably in the 40s for three-point percentage.
Yeah, or higher. Yeah, that's the flip side, is Pinedale can also shoot it from far, far away.
Well, Gabby's sitting out right now, so that's going to lessen some threes.
Okay.
True.
Good observation. Yes, she can drain them from deep. Hierro gets it to Mads Holland. Holland tries to get away from Lexi White, and her pass for Raina Rhodes does not connect, out of bounds. Pinedale ball, and the clock rolling with under 50 seconds now to go in the third. Bowers is going all the way. She sat briefly in the second, but there's a pass. Her shirt was tugged by Hierro. Did you see that?
Yes.
Erica Wilson trying to drive to the net, and Hierro just grabbed the back of her jersey, and pass interference on Hierro there. Send Wilson to the line. I said she's been to the line more than any Wrangler by far. 58% free throw shooter, but yeah, she earns a lot of trips by living down low, and this should do it for the third quarter as she eyes it and strokes it 60-7. Oh. And Bowers is not happy with it just being 60. She wanted to try to get it. I have 60.
I thought it was 60 as well. It was 58-7, and they made 2 free throws.
Right. 60-7 after 3, we think, and we'll be right back with the exciting finish. Stay with us on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Your home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Back for the fourth quarter here in Pinedale, Wyoming, as the green machine has got it revved up and rolling. Holy criminy, 60-7 over our Lady Bronx. Some good things for Jackson to build on. We've seen it. We'll talk about it. And just always fun to see these Pinedale girls play. They've been putting on a show down here in Sublette County for 3-4 years now. And anytime you get to see a team playing at its highest level, that's fun. Maybe not for our girls right now.
No, yeah.
Lucy Webb hands off to Burcham, out to Holland. Mads Holland fires inside for Zoe Bosch. And oh, that was beautiful. And I'm going to capture that one as Zoe. Mac, you wanted her to be more aggressive. That time she did it without ball, but still came up with a finish. Love it. Pinedale 3, no good. With a rebound. Oops, Grayson contacts. And let's take a look at that replay. If I did it right. Here's Zoe Bosch with a beautiful drive by herself. There she is. Picks it up and in.
A fantastic backdoor cut.
Yeah.
Faked out. And then went backdoor.
And a good pass. Who made that pass?
Mads Holland made that pass.
Thank you. All right. Mads to Zoe. That was beautiful. Bowers, meanwhile, misses a long baseline 3, but she's fouled, and you know what that means. 3 free throws from somebody who thinks these are a piece of cake.
It's either 12 or 21.
Bowers an 83% free throw shooter, and she's got that.
Which means I don't know if Zoe fouled her or if Lucy Webb did.
Okay.
I saw the ref hold up a 2 and a 1, but I can't tell which.
And no, you know, nobody's really in foul trouble. We haven't worried about it at all, Matt, because they're not blowing the whistle, which we both like. I love it. Tell you what else I like is over on the bench, Gabby Rogers stretching that ankle. She's up. See if she puts any weight on it. Jackson with the ball. Holland over to Burcham. Burcham, far side Webb. Into a cutting Mads Holland. Really good ball movement here as Mads tries to finish. Good backdoor rebound by Bosch. Her right hand hook shot won't go. The rebound into the hands of Erica Wilson. That pass out of bounds. Jackson ball. 5:43 and counting. 62-9. Pinedale leads it. Zoe Bosch. See the Bronx doing some good things right here towards the end. Really good things, Mac.
Yes, I mean, the Wranglers have only scored, I think, 14 points in the half so far.
Look at
Bosch
Zoe
again.
Bosch.
Yeah.
That almost went. It was all her. All Zoe trying to get free. Bought herself a little bit of space. Turnaround shot just wouldn't go. Long 3 here. And that's good. And that's Avon Whitley, who does not get a lot of playing time and makes the best use of it there. That was perfect. Holland with it now for Jackson. Under 5 to go. Backdoor cut again, Zoe Bosch. So they're doing that. Lucy Webb with a wide open look. No goal. Bowers rebound. Elin pushes it up ahead to Wilson. She'll drive. The layer is up and in. Uh-oh. And the whistle. That's a timeout. On the floor. Who's...
Timeout, Pinedale.
I want to stay here and check it. It is Gabby Rogers who hurt her ankle, and now she keeps stretching it and she's putting some weight on it. That's really good news. 4:44 to go. 67-9 here with the Fort Jackson Bronx. Mac, they're like this last 3-4 minutes, they've been doing cool things like backdoor cuts under the basket and getting open.
And if they could do that for the entire 32 minutes, it could set up a lot of new opportunities for the Bronx for future games and a lot of new opportunities to score.
I've seen that from them, glimpses, you know, moments where all of a sudden the ball movement's great, especially off the ball movement, you know, make cuts, get open. I've seen them do it at times. Yeah, if they put together a full game doing that. Zoe Bosch with a nice give and go as Rosenberg hands her the ball, and she drives just a little strong. Pinedale with a rebound. That is Gabby Rogers back in. Long three, and oh man, that's 2 for 2 from distance for Haven Whitley. And where'd that kid come from? Wow. Zoe Bosch directing traffic, wants Webb to cut one way. Burcham with the ball now. Pass to Holland, stolen. Here comes Haven Whitley again. And the layup is good. Boy, Whitley off the bench has come to play. She's got the last 5 points for Pinedale. Bosch over to Burcham. Good ball fake, trying to get loose from Claire Thornoff. Can't do it. Now it's a little turnaround hook shot by Zoe. She likes that turnaround left-hand hook, but can't get it to fall. Baseline drive shut off there for White. There's Haven Whitley again, rattles in and out. The rebound, White. Lexi can't put it in, and then Grayson Rosenberg with a strong board there. And here's another timeout on the floor. We'll go as well, 72-9 with 3:22 to go in regulation. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
We got a whole new crew out there for the Lady Bronx.
And I love to see it. It's a new experience. It's always exciting the first time you go in a varsity game. It's always nerve-wracking. But then getting the jitters out and then feeling just the adrenaline, it's a fantastic thing, and that's what this group must be feeling right now.
Yeah, we got the freshman Hayden Ackley. A big shout out to Aaron Ackley. That's his daughter, and she's the future of the Lady Bronx. She's out there dribbling now. The pass picked off. And a good job to track it down by Ari Fowler, AJ's sister. Pass intended for Firmanet, got there the hard way, and now over to Fowler. She'll let fly, just short, out of bounds. Yeah, future of the Bronx for sure. Just under 3 to go, 72-9, and checking the Wranglers. Have they let off the gas pedal at all? Bowers is out. I don't see Elin, but Gabby Rogers drives the lane. Her shot no good. Fowler with a nice rebound. Her pass is just over the outstretched arms of Hayden Ackley and into the Pinedale bench. It'll be Wrangler ball. Wranglers have Claire Thornoff out there with Gabby Rogers off that ankle injury. Good to see her out playing again. And a couple of, looks Megan Bolton, I think. Alexis White and May McGuire. Yeah, they don't have a deep bench. They only have 3 girls sitting down dressed.
I know they have more girls sitting with dresses on than they do.
They do.
The team members.
Right. Well, they don't need many.
And they're putting the starters back in. That's an interesting move.
Oh, boy. Haven Whitley gets it inside to May McGuire, who finishes. Good job by the Lady Bronx. Just didn't give the Wranglers much until finally they cracked. What a good series there. There's Ackley with it now. Hayden trap, but her pass intended for Hayden block, but that didn't get there. And now a timeout. We'll stay here so I can figure out who's on the floor and whose number I have. I don't have a 3. Does anybody have any idea? A 3.
On our team?
Yes.
That's going to be Marlo. I don't know her last name.
Oh, Marlo Strickland.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I should have known Marlo from her hair.
Yep, that's who it is.
Marlo got the Farrah Fawcett hair going. 70s feathered look. Okay, so it's Strickland, block, Fowler, Ackley, and Furmanek for the Bronx. Good job by Coach Shockley to get the underclassmen playing time here on the road. Starting out like the starters, playing good defense here, not giving Pinedale anything easy. And meanwhile, Coach Trent Bowers counters with his daughter Elin. We've seen enough of her, but he's also got a mixture of starters and bench. And a nice pass inbounds, shot no good by Furmanek, but the rebound. Jackson, yeah, that's. I don't have a 43. Long three there, just won't go off the back iron. 43. Here's Bowers making a move, baseline, and she's tough. She's so quick.
Breely Meerman.
And yeah, she got right around Meerman. Brielle Meerman. Here's Hayden Block with a drive, 1-on-2. She draws a foul. Mac always likes when people go to the cup.
Yes.
Good stuff
happens. Good thing happened, yep.
I mean, you may not think it if you're the parent of a kid going to the basket and they get whacked. Guilty party there is Claire Thornoff, this sophomore, will send Block to the line. And the first one is just short, no good. I'm behind the score. I can't keep up with Pinedale's point total. 76-9 as time runs down here, down to 20 seconds. Hayden eyes the second and gets a friendly roll. It's up and in. Jackson in double digits.
FYI, that makes her 75% from the line tonight.
Hey.
Thank you. Good stat. Bowers will play for the last shot. She's trying to build her own personal highlight reel. No, she may just tuck it here as she gets some tough defense from Ackley, and now they'll quit. And wow, what a final. Yeah, that's not fun. That 1 hour bus ride home is going to feel like 3 hours, but we'll talk about the things we liked that Lady Bronx did. Beginning with defense down low. What else, Mac, did you see anything that Jackson could build on?
I thought the shot selection was fantastic. They took great shots. They were open shots and getting open. And when they moved without the ball, they got great cuts. And the one backdoor play by Zoe Bosch from Mads Holland was the play of the game for the Bronx to me, as that showed fundamentals all around. Just smart basketball play by the Bronx in that possession. Bronx just got to do that more.
I got it saved on the highlight reel, and yeah, we'll post that. So that was a beautiful play. With a win, the Pinedale Wranglers improved to 11-3 overall. 2-1 in conference. Again, this is a non-conference game, 4A on 3A, but it's a fun little rivalry just down the road, just down 191 to play Pinedale. So many Jackson people are moving down into this community, so you see a lot of friendly faces, and who could blame them with the real estate? You can still buy into Pinedale, and I'm sure Todd Lampa would help you if you have some real estate dreams, as his family has made the move down here. They get the floor cleaned up, and we'll get ready for the boys. But before we cut out of here and set the boys up, let's talk about our MVPs, beginning with the Green River team. Mac, who caught your eye on the Wrangler side?
For the Wranglers, the Pinedale Wranglers, you got to go with frickin' Bowers. She is just unbelievable.
Her new first name is frickin'.
I was thinking Gabby Rogers.
Oh, yeah? I mean, I really like the support staff, and it includes Gabby Rogers and Erica Wilson. And you know what? Elin, you know you're all world, and you get the MVP. But I'm throwing like a backup MVP to May McGuire, because I mean she's 2.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, but she started and she had a big game. She had some impact, and she had to play down low where our Jackson girls were just beating her up. And for the Jackson Bronx, Kimmy K, who'd you like on black and orange side?
Well, I feel like the whole team played really hard, but I just have to go. There was a lot of good passing going on, so I got a pair, and I would probably say Zoe Bosch and Mads Holland together. Plus, that was the play of the game, but the two of them together, they're passing and just some other things. That's what I would say tonight.
Fair, Baron. You can't argue with that. What do you got?
I also got Zoe Bosch, but I think Hayden Block had a great impact. When she drove to the basket, she would get fouled, and it's fantastic.
I wanted to say her too. She just didn't have enough floor time. I can go Bosch, Holland either way, but I'm going to go Mads because I'm going to say she's representative of the crew down low that told the Lady Wranglers, this is our place. You come in here and we're going to hurt you. And with the refs letting them do it, I thought that was a fun game within a game. And a lot of that is Mads Holland. Some of the Grayson Rosenberg. Mads, I know, plays fierce down there.
Yes.
And she had some great passing, great vision. So I'm going Mads Holland. Cool. Let's reset things for the boys. Coming right back with that on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
Goofing around, but play-by-play is hard. Liam's, boy, we were thinking he was going to be here tonight, but he's lame. I don't know what's going on with Liam, but it's always great to have him in here. Let me reset the score, and we'll talk boys. Mac, what stands out? These Jackson Bronx team come in, and I think a little bit of a fragile state. They've lost their last two, including a game against Evanston that they maybe could have, should have won. I don't know. Teton is very evenly matched. They split with the Timberwolves, each holding a home court serve kind of thing. And then you do beat Green River, but you struggle with Green River, who I thought on paper is not a great team outside of Terran Archibald. But then Green River goes and takes Star Valley to a double overtime. So,
yes, that was a very fun game to watch. It just goes to show how competitive the quadrant is. Like Evanston's, like everyone can compete with each other.
Yeah.
And Jackson can compete with anyone in the quadrant, anyone in the conference. The problem is they just got to be more consistent about it, and they got to play hard every game and make every game like it's the last one.
They really do. And it's those intangibles. It's not, you don't look at the Bronx and say, well, if they only had, I don't know, a big guy, if they only had an outside shooter, if they only had a point guard, they have all those things.
Yes.
And so it's got to be something else. And Mag, I think you put your finger on it. Jackson comes in, the numbers are not going to wow you. If you're the Pinedale Wranglers, you take a look at this team, 3-9 overall, 1-2 in conference. Nothing really. They do great offensively, scoring 47 points a game. That's not a lot. The shooting, 36.6% from the field. That's not super great. They hit about 30% of their threes. That's kind of average. And they give up 56 points a game, and they're not rebounding great either. I mean, yet by the numbers, and we're still, halfway through the regular season, but the numbers just aren't there yet. Pinedale Wranglers come in, the boys 8-4 overall, 3-0 in their quadrant. In the 3A, they're coached by Elizabeth Gosar. Just call her busy. And this team, their numbers do look pretty good. They score 60, a little bit over 60 a game. Shoot 42% from the field, 31% from beyond the arc, and they surrender about 48 points a game and pull down 32.8 rebounds a game. The all-time matchup favors Jackson 24-12. Jackson with a 58-55 win on this court, Mac, and then the blowout was at home, 73-33. But this is a different Pinedale Wrangler team. They're much, much better. And I'll tell you who they remind me of. They remind me of the team that Coach Elliott wants to be when he said he wanted to play positionless basketball.
Yes.
Because the Wranglers have no real big guy. And, in fact, their big guy, Josh Gosar, is one of their tallest guys. He plays outside.
Yes. And, yeah, they lost Kobe Bailey last year. He was their big man. Yes, Gosar is their tallest player, and he plays guard, and he is a problem. So, as you said, they're averaging, close to 60 points per game.
Yeah.
He's averaging 18 of those 60, and Pinedale's led by their trio, McMillan, Kaiser, and Gosar. They're all great guards. And so what Jackson needs to do to be successful this game is they got to use their height, and that's been a common theme that they haven't been doing enough.
No, we've said it a lot. They gotta exploit their size advantage, and they haven't been doing it enough. Yeah, good point. Again, this seems like a game where you want to pound the paint and feed your big man, because there isn't an answer on Pinedale, but they do rebound by committee. They're very athletic, and their guards, beginning with Josh Gosar, they like to shoot from outside, but they will get to the rack in a hurry after a shot. They all run to the basket after a shot, and any one of them can pull down a rebound. They've got some weapons, but you're going to hear the name Gosar. That's going to be Josh, the 6'2 senior. He's averaging now 20 points a game, Mac, in the latest update, and 8 rebounds a game, 69% from the free throw line. He leads his team in every statistical category, but he's not the only guy. Owen McMillan pours in about 14.5, and Bridger Kaiser will add another 11 and rebound pretty well. So they got some guys, and they play really fast. I've watched 2 of their games, and if those are any indication, they shoot. They bring the ball up court, and then the first shot that looks like it's there, it's out of their hands.
Yes.
They do not spend a lot of time in the half-court set. So my keys to the game, I think, is slow things down for the boys. Slow the tempo. I think if you slow Pinedale down, it'll take them out of their game. I think we play a better half-court game when it gets slow.
Yes.
And Pinedale loves to speed it up. Also, zone man switch. I think don't be predictable on how you defend. Pinedale's really good at figuring out what you're doing, and if you give them the long shot, they'll take it. They don't make it rain threes, but they will take a lot of threes, and they will hit them. So I switch it up constantly. Zone man, don't let Pinedale know what you're doing defensively. I think that might help. And don't let the Wranglers hang around, and that's assuming you get a lead. This Pinedale team scores more points in the second half, and particularly in the fourth quarter. This team averages, I think, 26 points in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
They score most of their points in the second half. Jackson scores most of theirs in the first half, and we've seen it time and again. Take a lead in the locker room is the worst thing that could happen for the Bronx.
Let's make sure our lead's really high.
If we get the lead, but yeah, I mean, pile it up at the half, because Pinedale's going to come roaring back. Let's let the team introduce themselves, and that's brought to you by our friends at Young Life of Jackson Hole.
Seth Runner, senior. Harris Award, senior. Van Baltus, AJ Fowler, senior. Owen Connors, senior.
Aaron Larson, junior.
Andrew Hanna, senior. Jack Berzay, junior. Mason Portrait, senior. Gavin Keelan, senior.
Todd Anzan, senior. Jesse Larson, junior.
Palmer Wetzel, junior. Connor Scott, sophomore.
So we got Seth Brunner at point guard. I think he's averaging around 15 points per game. He'll probably be matched up with Josh Gosar. They love chatting all game. They've been doing it for the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And 4 years, actually. They've both been playing since freshman. And then you got AJ Fowler, the shooter, Mason Borchardt, the dunker, Gavin Keelan, and Andrew Hanna, the All-State two-time, looking for his third time. And now for Pinedale, crowd on their feet. You got Bridger Kaiser. Yeah. He's been playing since he was a freshman as well, Bridger Kaiser.
6'1" senior, averaging 11.5, pulls down 6 boards a game. Owen McMillan, he'll shoot threes, and he'll rebound. Second leading scorer on this Pinedale team. Josh Gosar, the leading scorer. In fact, in all the 3A West, you look at the top 2 scorers in the conference in Gosar and McMillan. They're 1 and 2 in the 3A. And rounding out the bunch is Brody Hamby, the 6'1" senior.
And speaking of seniors,
and who am I missing?
Every starter is a senior in this game, all 10 of them.
A lot of leadership, a lot of senior leadership. It's a poised team. Pinedale moving right to left in their home whites trimmed in orange. Jackson and their road blacks trimmed in orange and gray. Gosar not wearing those white stockings. He usually wears those, and I can pick him out real easy. He's not going with those tonight. As we're ready to tap, it's Borchardt who's got some vert, and Mason jumped too early but ended up winning the tap by default. It goes to Hannah. Jackson will start with the basketball. It's Seth Brunner into Hannah. Thought about just handing off. Seth throws a block inside, now gets an open look. The 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound Pinedale. It's Bridger Kaiser, works it to Owen McMillan. Back to Kaiser. Inside pass for Hamby, and now a long 3. That's good. Owen McMillan feeling it early. Pours in the 3, and let's see if the Bronx responds. Seth Brunner, he is matched up with Gosar, as Mac predicted. Borchardt. He's going to pull up for a 15-footer. Good, and it's 3-2. And they trade buckets early on. Baseline drive up and in by Bridger Kaiser. And that was too easy. Timeout. Coach Elliott already wants to talk about that.
And I think that's a brilliant move. Don't let Pinedale get the momentum, because they are a very momentum-heavy base team.
They are streaky shooting. You're right, Matt. Have they always been like that when you played?
Yes.
Yeah.
They feed off the energy of the building, and if they're scoring, they're going to continue to score. And so good job for Matt Elliott to recognize that.
You're right about that. They can get cold and they can get hot. And one way to alter that is a timeout. I think Coach Elliott more was concerned about a particular play or defense, something they weren't doing that they drew up. And it might have been to do with that Kaiser drive that looked a bit easy. That pass intended for Hannah, but it doesn't get there. Now out to Brunner, long 3, and he's strong with that as well. Hannah fights for the rebound and gets it into Keelan. Far side, AJ had it for a moment. Now Brunner posts up. No, doesn't want it. Bounce pass for Hannah, and that got away right into the hands of Owen McMillan. He'll go all the way by himself, up and in, and that was a costly giveaway. 7-2 Pinedale. Seth Brunner on Gosar. Now to Gavin Keelan. Josh Gosar's been quiet, but it's been the Kaiser show. There's Borchardt wide open with the look. 3 is too short. Rebound save, but right into the hands of Hannah. And Andrew can't put it in. Keelan with a putback. That won't go either. The ball out of bounds. Good, tough play under the bucket. And the refs letting the boys play, too. But Hannah and Keelan missed opportunities with the putbacks.
I don't think Hannah realized how close he was to the basket.
I don't think he did either.
You're right, and I thought he thought some opposition was going to come. He went up real strong. Here's Borchardt, spin move in the lane, kick out. Gavin Keelan for 3. That looked good from here, but it won't go. Hannah with the board. Keelan try again. No, pump fake. Now hands off to Borchardt. Borchardt picked up by Gosar. Baseline 3, Keelan rolls in and out, no good. And the right rebound to Hamby. Here comes Gosar wearing the pink kicks, right side, up and in with a medium range layup.
And Pinedale's 3 of those already from that same right side.
And the Bronx defense right now does not look great, and they're not shooting great. There's not much to be excited about. Seth Brunner with a 3 that's short. He is 0 for 3 from distance.
And the Bronx are 0 for everything from distance.
Kozar settles it down. A pass to a cutting Kaiser, and he puts it up over Hannah. No good. Good defense there by Borchardt and Keelan, as they denied Kaiser that short shot. Seth Brunner over to Andrew Hannah inside of Borchardt. Borchardt's got a little bit of an advantage there. Turnaround pop shot, good. Mason Borchardt plays so big, Mac. He's 6'4". Well, I guess he is pretty big.
Yes, he is.
I was just going to say, he's taller than you.
Yeah, and when he jumps, he's like 7'4". Rebound, Keelan. That's something Gavin does well. That was missed in Evanston. AJ posts up, long 3. Good, AJ Hannah. And every time he hits a triple,
Did you just say AJ Hannah?
I mean AJ Fowler. Every time he hits a 3, I just exhale a little. I'm like, thank goodness. Here's Kaiser with a 3. Borchardt got there just in time to bother him. I don't know if he got a piece of it as Jace Ramage up and in. Ramage, the senior, is very tough post player. Very tough, and he put that one up and in. He averages 6 a game. He's got 2. It's 11-7. Pass inside for Borchardt, knocked away, stolen away. Bridger Kaiser brings it up for Pinedale. Finds Ramage, and he's blocked by Gavin Keelan.
But there would be a foul call, I think, is going to be on AJ Fowler as he was in the play.
Boy, I saw all Keelan. AJ picks up the hurt. All right. It shows me AJ's come to play defense. His first, in fact, that's the first of the game with 3:40 left. And yeah, these Zebras pocket in the whistles in both the girls' game and this one.
They're letting them play ball.
Yes, they are. Jace Ramage misses the first. He's a 59% free throw shooter. Pinedale doesn't really shoot well from the stripe all around, and he missed both. Borchardt with a board. 3.5 to go in the opening frame. Jackson trying to weather the storm as the Wranglers have come out firing. Keelan and Brunner play pitch and catch in front of the Wrangler bench. Now floater pass inside to Hannah. Triple teamed and a jump ball. And you saw Coach Busy Gosar yelled right at the ref when she heard the whistle. And she's like, that better not be a foul. And he said jump ball, and she clapped her hands. She was happy. Hannah, boy, he's getting some attention back.
Yes, he is. And
3 Wranglers around him.
Pinedale's got to do it if they want to stop him, and they did it there.
They did. Gosar on Seth Brunner's going to try it. Seth block! Seth Brunner, and that was all ball! Oh, boy! Well, Seth's been playing Josh Gosar for a while, and I think Seth, he read Josh all the way there.
And that's going to be the marquee matchup of the night. They're going to be going at each other this whole game.
Seb Brunner, and it's Gosar on him. Hannah sets a pick, but Seb can't shake loose. Now to Keelan. He's watched by McMillan. To AJ. Hands off to Mason Borchard. Good defense here by Pinedale. Borchard, he's going to try a little 14-footer. That's no good. Hannah fights for the rebound for Ramage. Fowler with a beautiful dish to Keelan, but he can't finish. That's going to be a foul. The first on Pinedale, or the second on Pinedale. And it's on Ramage. Jace Ramage plays a tough game inside. Pulls down about 5 boards a game and earns all of them as Keelan is too short with the first. 2:44 to go, the opening period. 11-7 Wranglers. Could be 11-8 here with Keelan, and it is. As he spins that one true. Wranglers with it now. Josh Gosar has not scored. Well, there he goes. I jinxed it. And a good job by there. Oh, what's that call?
The Bronx got confused by who was inbounding, and they re-inbounded it, and therefore it was a turnover, stepping out of bounds.
Just a mental error, unforced error. Gosar will inbound here. Josh to, wanted Bridger Kaiser, but Borchard saw it all the way, knocks it out of bounds. Coach Shockley picks it up. He was in the middle of a conversation there. Inbounds coming again. It's going to be Brody Hamby with AJ jumping in his face out to Josh Gosar. Seb watching him like a hawk. And the pass inside, shot up and over Hannah, but good defense. McMillan really didn't have much of a clean look there. McMillan at 6'1" had 6'8" Hannah right with him. Jackson ball, Seb Brunner. What's that play? He kisses the sky. 2:15 to go in the first. 13-8 Pinedale. Jackson just trying to get through this early home crowd thing and find something that works. AJ to Andrew Hannah. Turn around the lane. Beautiful. AJ Hannah. That works.
That one works, AJ and Hannah, like that.
Andrew. I'm just gonna,
but it was AJ's pass to Andrew.
Those guys are just going to blend into one. Yeah.
I mean, that was a good combo there.
Bridger Kaiser puts a move on. Borchard gets loose, goes right to the rim, but can't get it to fall. As when he got to the cup, he found some more black shirts there, including Keelan. Seth Brunner. Oh, what a bounce pass to Hannah, who waited and put it in, and now Keelan picks up the mess. And that's where the Bronx have an advantage, Mac, in the paint.
Yes, and they're totally winning the rebounding battle clearly as day, but Pinedale's getting the easy buckets, which is why they're in the lead.
And then that one didn't come easy. McMillan's drive blocked by Hannah. Jackson ball, they can take the lead for the first time tonight. Seth Brunner with 1:04 to go, fires from distance, good, and a timeout. Seth Brunner has put the Jackson Bronx up 15-13 with 61 ticks left in the first here in hostile territory.
And Jackson finally starting to get a little momentum, hitting some threes and getting inside buckets, which is the game plan and what they got to do every time they go on the floor.
They were sleepy off the bus, allowed too many easy shots early. Coach Elliott called that early timeout. Things have slowly turned the other way. They've fixed their defensive problems, and they're starting to make some shots. AJ with a big three, Seb with a big three, and then down low. Hannah and Keelan have done a good job, Borchard as well. And yeah, Jackson has to exploit the paint. We talked before about the Wranglers do a lot of good things, but they just can't answer height. They have nobody on the team over 6'2".
It's not stopping them from driving, though.
Nope, they'll go if they see even a little, and they go with the intent to pick up fouls, Mac. We talked about this, but a lot of their drives, it doesn't look like the shooter even thinks he's going to shoot, as Pinedale, a fruitless trip there. Jackson with the rebound. Keelan, wide open look. A pump fake got him free. Keelan does that a lot. Surprised the Wranglers aren't familiar with that, but that pump fake got him loose. He just missed the shot. Kaiser with it now. Bridger hands off to Josh Gosar, and Seb's done a really good job on him thus far. McMillan hands off to Kaiser, watched by Borchert. Pass to Gosar out of bounds. Sepp said, I did not touch it. But the refs don't buy it. Gosar's ball.
Owen Kana coming into the game for A.J. Fowler. And you're right, Seb has done a great job defensively on Gosar. I think Gosar has only scored once.
Gosar can be ridiculous, and he's been quiet. Here's Bridger Kaiser with a drive. Puts two men up in the air. His shot no good, and Keelan just fell down on him. He was one of the two men that went for the fake, and he couldn't help himself. He was in the air. He needed somewhere to land, and that somewhere was wearing a number 15 for the Wranglers. As Kaiser took the brunt of that, the 6'1" senior to the line, 53% free throw shooter. He's got that. And the Wranglers do not shoot well, again, from the stripe, so I don't mind taking some fouls as long as you don't get too bad in trouble. He gets them both, and we are tied at 15 with 14 seconds. Pressure here for the Wranglers as Owen Kana with Hamby on him. Pulls up his dribble, gets out of a trap, the pass to Borchert. Borchert baseline drive, kick out to Keelan. That's stolen away by McMillan. Long three at the buzzer, no good. And that's how it ends, and that seems like how it should end. The first quarter tied at 15 back.
Yes.
Yeah, especially the way they both were playing there.
Pinedale dominated early. Jackson with a strong pushback. Now, what do you get for the second? You'll have to stick around and find out. Coming right back with you on Jackson Hole Radio.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Back to the action. I think Pinedale coach Busy Gosar has got to figure out a way to get Gosar away from Brunner. Maybe that's a halftime adjustment. But for now, tied at 15. Both teams have a lot of things they like. Both teams probably have a lot of things they want to get better.
Yeah, Jackson is going to want to get Andrew Hanna more opportunities. Just keep hammering the paint.
I like it. And you know the way they've been letting them play, you don't worry about being physical. A lot of times Hanna, when you use him or target him a lot, he picks up too many fouls. Seth got too cute there with a behind-the-back pass, and that was whistled by Hanna. It was a behind-the-back bounce pass, it looked like, and Hanna had no chance to even figure out that was coming.
Yes, sometimes it's something you just don't expect, even though that would have been the play of the game had it gone through.
I mean, those two have a telepathic connection. They've been playing together so long, but there's nobody that would have pulled that pass. It was just too quick. Here's Hamby with Pinedale slowing the game down. I like that it works in the Bronx favor. Pinedale loves to just come down and fire it. And right now, if you get them stale in this half-court offense, it's not their game. And good challenge there as Kaiser goes to the net and found nothing but Bronx. He misses. Borchert at the other end puts it up and in. And I don't know any player on the Bronx that hangs in the air as long as Mason Borchert.
Yes, that is Mason Borchert to a T. That is just his shot, just that pull-up, jumping in the air, mid-range jumper.
Gosar with a three over the top of Seb, who turned to his coach and said something like, I can't block that one. That was a long three. Seb with it now. Out to Keelan. Gavin Keelan watched by Owen McMillan. Hands off to Borchert. Borchert with Kaiser on him. Finds an open Seb runner. Floats one inside to Hanna. Hanna kick out to A.J. Borchert. He's open for a moment. His three no good. And the rebound, Bridger Kaiser, the senior, averaging 6 boards a game, pulls that one down. McMillan puts a move on Hanna. Now he'll go to the rack. Up and in. That was Brunner who tried to draw the charge, but the whistles are pocketed, boys. I'll tell you that.
Yes, you could see the official just shaking his head, smiling as Brown on the
he's
call.
like, play the game. Seb Brunner, what a pass to Hannah. There's the foul. And I just yelled at Seb for too tricky of a pass. That was another behind the back. This time Hannah was there and ready. Woo. But it's Borchert to the line. No. All right. Mason just wanted to pretend. He was faking the officials out. Good idea, because Borchert from the line is, what is he, 40%? Well, not a lot better than Hannah's actually the better free throw shooter of the two. Andrew has struggled at the stripe, but he's been better in 2024.
It's been interesting. Like against Star Valley, I think he was 4 for 4, and then ever since then, he's been on a little bit of a struggle.
Hannah's second, spins it, can't get it. Rebound, Fowler fought for it with Ramage, but can't pull it away. Here comes Pinedale, just under 6 to go in the half. They have a 3-point lead. Alex Gosar, the junior, in the game now. And this is Owen McMillan working on Hannah. Feeds Riley Lee, seeing some bench players here. Back to McMillan. Owen McMillan. He uses a screen there, fires a three, no good, but the rebound goes right to Lee. His pass intended inside from McMillan didn't get there. Turnover. Here's Gavin Keelan, coast to coast, Euro, step up and in. Gavin Keelan. And Gavin can do it. I wish he'd do it more. He's so good at that.
I agree. And going to the basket is the Keelan that we should see a little bit more. Even though I love his jump shot.
Yes.
His height is just so impactful.
Yes. You're 6'5", you know, take the jumpers if it's there, but when you're 6'5", you've got to get in the interior. Here's Hannah, and he is fouled. He got mugged by Ramage, who picks up his second, I believe. And that was a no-doubter. Even the way they're calling it tonight, you got to call that one. 20-19, Hannah with a chance to tie it, but the clock frozen at 4:54. Andrew Isaac fires, and he's 0 for 3 from the strike.
We got Aaron Larson coming into the game.
All right, interesting. Both coaches going deep in the bench here. And Coach Elliott counters, and I didn't see much of Lee in the game the other night against Lander Valley. Is that a lane violation? What happened?
No, that was a foul.
Gavin Keelan may have been an over-the-back call as he tried to tip it to Fowler, who tipped it out for the Bronx offensive rebound, but it didn't happen.
First foul of the second quarter in the first on Keelan. Pinedale with the ball. They lead it 20-19. Gosar, that's Alex. Now flips it to Josh. He'll drive on Seb Brunner. His shot did everything but go in, and Hannah pulls down the board. Seb Brunner with it now. Good pick set by Keelan, and Brunner was free for a moment. Now Hannah works in the lane. Really tough defense. AJ from 3, no good. And Owen McMillan is leaning all over Hannah. This will be a good game for Andrew to play as Alex Gosar converts down low. 22-19. Seb Brunner, pop shot, no good. Rebound tip, and Keelan's going to get another foul. Keelan over the back of Bridger Kaiser. It'll be Gavin's second, team second. 4 minutes exactly to go, and Pinedale up 3. This is going to be a fun one right to the end.
I totally agree.
This is a good 3A basketball team for Pinedale. Jackson's a good 4A team struggling to find their identity right now. Kaiser thought about a long 3, won't take it. Gosar trying to feed it inside to his brother, and it's Seb who took it away. Actually, the pass intended for McMillan. Borchardt with his patented turnaround pop shot, no good. Rebound, Hannah to AJ. One arm pass to Borchardt into Hannah wide open.
That was nice.
What a pass. That was beautiful. Jackson pulls within 1, 22-21. Driving the lane, Hamby, pop shot, no good. Hannah with a rebound. Hands off to Brunner. Fowler works it to Larson. And now to Borchardt. Jackson very methodical in the half-court offense here. Nice set of the keys to the game, slow the pace, and then they are making it slow. And Borchardt with a beautiful shot. Turnaround jump. He just seems to float in the air. Jackson up 23-22. McMillan to Hamby. Hamby with Hannah on him. Oh, height mismatch there, but Hamby's the biggest guy they got. And a good drive to the basket there by Bridger Kaiser.
And we got spin move on spin move as Kaiser did the spin move over Borchardt, who had the spin move to play before.
Good eye, Mac. They're both showing off the same skill set. Ball bounces around, volleyballs around, and it's going to be a foul on Larson to get Pinedale the ball. 24-23. Let's see if I can get that replay to work. This is that nice pass inside to Hannah, wide open, and he makes it money.
And Jake, the Bronx have 3 fouls, and all 3 of those fouls have been off of rebound fouls.
Yes. Except for that one.
Yes.
Oh, and McMillan, who puts in an easy layup. He was too wide open, and then he's got a chance for an old-fashioned 3 as the foul is on. Still have Larson's foul up there. That wasn't him.
And Palmer Wetzel making his first appearance. He was a big factor against Evanston in terms of crashing for the boards.
Yes, he was. Ooh. That one rattles in and out, no good. 26-23, Pinedale up. Jackson could tie here with a 3. No, it's Borchardt right to the cup and a beautiful finger roll. Mason Borchardt, as quiet as he was in Evanston. And Mac called that. Mac and Coach Elliott.
Yep.
Mac made the carry motion. Coach Elliott saw it from all the way across the court. Elliott got on the ear of the referee, and the call was made very late after it actually happened. Good job, Mac. Buying one for the Bronx. He's always going to bleed black and orange. Set to the hole. And what a block by Josh Gosar.
I don't like this right now.
Boy, what a block. It looked clean to me, and the way they've been letting him play, I see no problem with it, but Brunner comes up limping with his palms turned upward. He's limping hard.
Oh, yeah, he got taken. I just watched it on the slow version of the thing.
I didn't see contact with the arm, but maybe later Josh Gosar fell into Seb, but he's really limping, and Coach Elliott might want to get him out of there. We'll see. Brody Hamby hands off to Josh Gosar. Seb on him. The limp has gone away, although there's no limp there. Seb Brunner with a big block. Now Seb's going to take it himself right to the rack. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound Wetzel. His putback. That won't go either. AJ feeds Borchardt. Long 3. No. Wetzel, and he gets blocked. Oh, my. We're seeing some defense. And at the other end, Borchardt bumped. I think that's a good call there as he bumped Ramage.
Yeah, but he didn't call anything down here when that was going on.
But honestly, that's the kind of stuff they're letting go.
That was a foul. Yeah.
When you're volleyballing around for it under there, the ref is saying, hey, boys, have at it. But this is more of a dangerous thing where you got an open breakaway, and there was pretty heavy contact.
And yeah, Mason doesn't agree with the call, but I think part of that could be in frustration from the block already down on the other end of the floor.
How many opportunities down there, Mac?
Could have been at least 3, but on both sides, it's interesting. Gosar's blocking Brunner, and then Brunner's going back and blocking Gosar.
Oh, man.
It's fun to see, and
And now more of that tough rebound. It's just no easy shot in the paint. Reminds you of the girls' game. I have that Brunner block on replay when we get a minute. Hannah down low, and he's just taller than everybody, but he cannot make the shot. Rebound goes into the hands of Kaiser. 40 seconds, drive by McMillan, no good. And McMillan was just looking to draw a foul. That shot was never going to go in, and he got what he wanted. But he comes up limping. This is going to be physical, Mac.
Yeah, that was on Hannah.
Yes, indeed. And now the foul calls are starting to come.
It's only Hannah's first, and I don't mind sending the Wranglers to the line as poor as they shoot it. Now, that one won't go. I mean, if they're not calling a lot and Pinedale does not shoot well from the stripe, why not be very, very physical on them? 39 seconds ago, Jackson down 2, but McMillan could make it 3, but he can't. Misses. Hannah with the rebound. Passes up to Brunner. Does Brunner play for a last shot? There's too much time, really. You just got to see whatever's open. Hannah tries to set a screen. Now to Wetzel. Wetzel feeds inside of Borchard. Here comes that little pop shot. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. Boom! Goes the dynamite, as Liam would say. We're tied at 27. Down to 15. Pinedale will try to end the half right here with the lead. We'll see. McMillan between the legs gets a screen from Gosar. And again looking to draw a foul as he just sort of throws his arms up. That's Gosar who...
And that's great hands by Seb Brunner.
Yeah.
Poking at the ball and the ball only.
Seb swiped it out of the hands of Gosar, who went up without the ball. Now they're down to 5.7 seconds. Plenty of time for Pinedale as they inbounds into Josh Gosar. Double team. He'll try it anyway. Good. Jackson, Seb Brunner. He's going to heave one. No. And Pinedale gets what they want. As they head to the locker room on an up note and the lead. 29-27. Pinedale over Jackson. We'll be right back with a halftime show on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
On that, voicing that High Country Linen ad was Scott Anderson, who's the owner of these radio stations, Jackson Hole Radio. He just texted in and said, great game. It has been a fun game, Mac.
Yes, it has.
You know what's going to make it great is the final score on the Big O scoreboard. And it better be in Jackson's favor. We'll see.
Yes, I can tell you, one team's going to be very happy or very disappointed.
What a game. You know, I would love to know, and I wish I talked to Coach Elliott before the game, but I would love to know the Jackson boys' mindset. Mac, maybe you can make an educated guess. That's why you're here as a color analyst. That's what they do, is just guess. But yeah, you can make an educated guess. Did Jackson come in here thinking, it's a 3A step down in conference? Here's a good chance to get back in the win column. And did they count this before they got here?
Well, if this was in the past, I remember personally on the teams that I've been in that there's been opportunities where we haven't taken the Wranglers very seriously, and that definitely happened in this building last year as it was very close.
Yeah.
And Jackson barely escaped with the win here. But this season, I don't think that's the case. I think they're looking at themselves. They're like, we're 3-9. We need a win so desperately. And they know that the Wranglers are competitive and have been competitive for the last 2 years. This is a very different Wranglers team. Senior leadership, so good. They're going to make the state tournament. That's my prediction this season. And yeah, definitely, I think they're playing with urgency, and it looks like they're playing with urgency. They're being methodical. They're taking great shots. Their shot selection's been fantastic.
I hope Coach Elliott or that leadership in the room, whether it's Brunner, Hannah, whoever, I hope they did recognize and say, hey guys, this is no gimme. This is a good Pinedale team in their building. You better bring the A game. So, Mac, what have you liked so far that Jackson has done this half? They trail by 2, but a lot of things they did were pretty impressive. What do you like?
I've really liked their rebounding. Their rebounding's been huge, both defensively and offensively, not really giving Pinedale many second chance opportunities, but Pinedale's doing a really good job scoring on their first possession and getting to the bucket. Jackson's defense does need to get a little bit better.
If you joined us late, Pinedale got off to a hot start. It looks scary because, as Mac pointed out, this is a very streaky team with their shooting, and they can get cold and quiet, and they can get red hot. And they started this game looking like, uh-oh, and Coach Elliott called an early timeout. I think we were like a minute in, and he just wanted to stop the bleeding, get that mo turned the other way. What do you think Jackson needs to improve on in this second half if they're going to get this one?
Getting stops.
Yeah.
They did do a great job containing Gosar, but that means they got to do a great job containing Gosar for another 16 minutes, and they got to stop McMillan and Kaiser as they're getting very many looks at the basket. They just need to maybe try and let the Pinedale Wranglers shoot a little bit more, but that's also a problem because Pinedale is also a very solid shooting team. So they got to find a balance of letting them shoot and not letting them get easy buckets. Nothing easy.
Roger that. Copy that. Josh Gosar, if you didn't hear us, the pregame is not only this team's leading scorer with 20 points a game, he leads everybody in the 3A conference, and second on the team and second in the conference is Owen McMillan. And so McMillan can feast when Gosar is watched too carefully. Brunner has done a heck of a job on Gosar, but it's allowed McMillan and Kaiser to be a little more involved in the game. So there's a lot of different ways Pinedale can get you, but you got to be happy you've shut down their top scorer, and it's been the Brunner man-on matchup. Boy, Seb has had a battle. I think I have Seb's block on Insta Replay if you're watching on the live stream. Yeah, there it is. That was after Seb got blocked down at the other end. So those two, man, you said it, Mac. They know each other, and they've been battled. Kimmy K, you got some stats for what's going on the Pinedale side of things scoring. Josh, I think it's been quiet.
Very interesting. You all said Josh and Owen McMillan were their highest scorers. They both left with 9 at half each. Next is Bridger Kaiser with 6. Both Jace Rampage and Braxton Costello have 2 each, and Alex Gosar made 1.
Okay, so everybody's scoring according to average. Josh Gosar a little under what he usually does, and that's kind of how we see it for the Bronx, who's carrying the load.
Wait, hold on.
It's got to be Mason Borchardt.
Yes. How much do you think they're max?
We think Borchardt's got
I'll say 10.
12.
Woo! 12.
Oh, okay.
Next is Hannah with 6, and then we both got Gavin, AJ, and Seb all with 3.
And that's Seb, Seb just shows you how versatile he is. Remember, he missed his first 3 or 4 threes. I mean, it's easy to go into a bad place when you're 0 for 3 your first 3 shots, Mac. But he knows he's called on to dish the ball, to distribute. He's called on to play defense on Gosar. Eventually, one of those threes came around. But the old Seb, the Seb who's a sophomore, might go to a bad place after missing 3 or 4. This senior Seb, he doesn't quit playing. Yes. It fires him up.
He's very level-headed, gets the chip on the shoulder, and he's played really hard this game. I'm proud of him to see how well he has kept his mental game getting better every year.
Yep. And both teams out on the floor. Jackson came out first from the locker room. We talked about whether that means anything. Did Coach Elliott have less to say than Coach Gosar over on the other side? I don't know. But now both teams are out taking some shots, and we're just a couple of minutes away from getting the third quarter started. Thanks for joining us. This one's going to be exciting. Stay there. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Just about ready to get this third quarter started, Mac. Another thing we didn't talk about is Jackson's really taken away the threes from Pinedale. Not that they live with it, but they'll shoot a lot if you give it to them. Hasn't been that many. They've had to earn their points.
I think there's only been 3.
Yes, the very first play with McMillan, I remember that one.
Yep.
Yep, McMillan and Josh has got one, and that's it.
Yeah.
So 2.
I mean, Gosar will go nuts from 3. And McMillan definitely, but they have not, they've not been running wild with the triple.
I mean, we only have 2.
Of course, neither has Jackson. Yeah, this has been an old-fashioned game. These points are coming, and I say they're earned, not that a 3 is an earned, but I mean, they're challenged, in your face, 10-foot, 12-foot shots. That's old basketball. Before they invented the 3. 29-27 will start the third, and Pinedale moving left to right in your YouTube channel. Josh Gosar with it now. And, of course, number 1 in his hip pocket. Now to McMillan. Over to Ramage.
Oh.
Almost losing the handle is Hamby, but it's McMillan. Oh, and his pass is stolen away by Mason Borchard. Stolen twice. Borchard goes right to the cup. No good. And a very late whistle on the foul. It seemed like the ref was waiting to see if that was going to go in. It's going to be on Kaiser, I believe. Good job by Borchard just to at least go to the
a technical foul.
Whoa.
I thought I saw it right when he made the T motion.
Kaiser maybe had something to say when he got dumped. And Borchard to the line to shoot a couple tees here. Mason a 40% free throw shooter. Not great. Boy, Mason, just pretend this is one of those 10-foot turnaround pop shots in the paint. Every point going to be important here as Borchard all by himself. And everybody in the building watching. Got it. And it's 29-28. Jackson ball. Fowler will inbounds. Just underway here in the third. And a back and forth game between the 4A Bronx and the 3A Wranglers. Mason Borchardt's having a good game to A.J. Fowler. Fowler to Hannah. Hannah hands off to Brunner. He's wide open. A little mix-up there as Josh Gosar lost track of him. Borchardt with the rebound and the putback. Mason Borchardt, that was a big-time playback.
Yes, he's got 15 of their 30 points.
And, boy, I think all of them have come within 15 feet. Long three there from Josh Gosar. He is bothered as he missed that one. McMillan, he'll try a three. Wide open look, but Hannah made enough of a distraction. Rebound to Ramage. He's tied up. Coach Elliott wants a jump ball, and he's not going to get it. Instead, he'll get the foul.
I saw a travel before I saw a foul, but okay, I'll be quiet.
I think Coach wanted a tie-up, and it's going to be Fowler who gets rung up for his second personal. Ramage in the lane, working on Keelan. No sale. Gavin Keelan with a clean block. And now Keelan wants to travel on Ramage, and he gets it.
Yeah.
Gavin Keelan, it's just a size advantage, Matt. Keelan 6'5", Ramage 6'2", I believe, or 6'1".
And it was a great job of him just to keep his arms straight up and right for the ball.
And yet barely left his feet. If he did it all, he just put his arm up and made a real nice block on Ramage, and then stayed with it when Ramage got his own rebound. He didn't quit playing defense. Here's Brunner with it now. Jackson up 30-29. Hannah hands off to Fowler. Give and go to Hannah. He's too deep in the baseline. Out to Borchard. His three no good. The only thing Mason can't do tonight is hit from deep. But he's rebounded and scored from inside. There's a drive there that comes up fruitless from Josh Gosar, and he is really attracting a lot of attention. What a beautiful pass to Hannah. His shot partially blocked by Alex Gosar, the junior. Gosar's got a lot of vertical. Alex, that is. That's twice that he's made big plays down low. There's McMillan as he drives and dishes, but it goes into the arms of Hannah, and now a foul, and I think Bridger is going to draw the infraction.
And Pinedale's been driving a lot to the basket, and I think Jackson's emphasis has been stopping them. And they're doing a good job stopping Pinedale from scoring inside.
I've seen Pinedale drive a lot on film, and to me it seems the intention 70% of the time is just to get a foul. And the way they're not calling him tonight, and Jackson playing good defense, they got to think of something else here offensively. Brunner to Keelan.
No, they can keep doing what they're doing.
You're all right with that?
Yep.
Okay, Jackson up one as McMillan tries to stay with Seb Brunner, and looks like they've changed up their defense. Keelan with a long shot off the front of the iron, and a rebound foul on the black. Who is it on Jackson? That'll be their second team foul on the Bronx, and the second for... We don't have a 15. There we go. Third on Borchard.
Ooh, don't like that.
Dum-da-dum-dum.
Borchard wasn't even in the play, I don't think.
Okay, Mac.
It was very strange.
Mac, you're the one who's got the ref's ear so far with that other call that you bought us. Here's the other Gosar, Alex Gosar, showing off some dribbling skills. Now to Bridger Kaiser, drives the lane, runs right into Borchard, and Mason had to be careful about picking up that foul, and I'm sure Kaiser knew it, as Kaiser went right at Borchard. Here's Seb Brunner driving the lane. That's up and in it. That's Seb's quickness. Seb, I remember last year, he gashed like that a bunch, and he hasn't done enough of that in 24.
I agree. He's got to take it to the rim more.
He's really quick doing it. We'll stay here. 5:03 to go. Jackson up 32-31. This is a close one. I think Jackson's doing a good job of slowing the Wrangler team down. Not that they run like crazy, but like I said, when I watched 2 or 3 of their games, they like to get a shot off very fast. They don't like to fool around and set up in the half court. And they launch them. And right now, Jackson hasn't given them that look. Josh Gosar not feeling it from deep. They're pretty good defense. And I think Pinedale is trying to figure out how do we reinvent our offense right now, because it's a little bit stale.
Where are we getting the ball from? Oh.
Inbounds coming from Nicholas Sletton. I think his dad or his family sitting right in front of us. Get a shot of
Oh, I already did.
Mr. Seton, okay.
He smiled into the camera earlier.
He's a 3-ball shooter. I tell you, Seton, when he's hot, can fire from deep. Here's Josh Gosar, and it's Seb Brunner and him. Hands off in the lane. It is Sletton. He's tied up at a whistle. And Seb, wait, did Seb like that, or is he?
Borchardt gets called for the foul. That's his fourth.
Oh, boy, they got to go get him, and they
I
will.
don't like that.
Mason Borchardt comes out for A.J. Fowler. Yeah, that is not good. Borchardt's been a huge part of the Bronx offense. Bounce pass, and that was easy. That's Owen McMillan, who got past Hannah just for a moment. That's all it took. 4:30 to go in the third. Seb Brunner, what a move. Pop shot, left it short. Hannah scrambling for the rebound, picked up by Pinedale. Seb Brunner, no, it may be Wetzel who got whistled. One of those Bronx players with a reach in on the loose ball. And that'll be Jackson's 4th team foul to Pinedale's 2. First on Wetzel. Pinedale with a 1-point lead, trying to add as McMillan hands it to Kaiser. Kaiser to Alex Gosar. Boy, he looks like another good Gosar. And they have a third somewhere cooking, Matt Gosar. We haven't seen him yet. Spin move in the lane, and right there is Wetzel. That looked clean to me.
That did too.
Oh, boy.
2 quick fouls on Wetzel this quarter, and now Pinedale's in the bonus as drawing fouls.
Here, I'm too late to get it. Oh, sorry. Try to get it on replay.
His arm wasn't 100% straight up.
And converting is Bridger Kaiser. I don't mind the physical game, but I do mind when Borchardt has 4 as Pinedale converts on one of the 2, and now Keelan collides with Kaiser, and the whistle blows again.
And it's going.
Keelan looked to be over the back of Bridger. Is it on Gavin?
Yes, and I think that's going to be his 3rd or 4th.
And in the bonus, which is really the double bonus, new rule this year in the state, 2 shots at the line after 5 fouls in a quarter. And
that is Keelan's 3rd.
3 on Gavin Keelan. Meanwhile, Bridger Kaiser averaging 11 a game, 53% from the line, makes the first, the second as well. 36-32, a 4-point lead for Pinedale, just under 4 to go in the third, trying to trap Brunner as Pinedale turns up the heat. AJ's wide open, doesn't think about shooting though. Cross court to Keelan, to Brunner, and he's gone! Seb Brunner, and how many times has he threes when you really need him, Mac?
Very many times, I gotta say.
Very many. I mean, we've seen him miss a lot too, but he makes them when you really got to have them. There's a drive by Josh Gosar. He's knocked to the ground, and he will draw the foul. Palmer Wetzel, and Coach Elliott is standing miffed as he says, hey, we're up to, well, they stopped counting them. I wish they would keep putting them up, though.
Yes, it's got to be up to 7 now.
Yeah.
And I told you, when it gets that lopsided, I have a few questions.
Gosar with the first, yep. Makes it 37-35. Now a 3-point game as Josh converts both. And the leading scorer has been sluggish to get going, but maybe number 22 for the Wranglers is getting going. Hannah bounce pass for Wetzel. What happened there, Mac?
Well, Hannah got the ball in the half court, which is interesting. Jackson trying different methodical strategies to break the Pinedale press.
Your big man not normally called on the ball handle, and that pass to Wetzel just never connected. Look at this battle as Kaiser tries 3 different Bronx. Wetzel blocks his first shot, and to the ground they go.
Timeout.
And a timeout as Pinedale did have possession on the time, and a good timeout there by Coach Gosar. As the Wranglers lead by 3 with 3:10 to go. We'll take the break as well with a timeout on the floor. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
A lot of lead changes, Mac, and this is kind of a game that really tests your mental toughness, right?
Yes, this has been a fantastic game to watch. It's been very gritty this third quarter. It's start to slow down, though, as the foul calls are piling up very quickly.
I know. It was better when they weren't blowing the whistles. Both these teams showing a lot of poise because of senior leadership. They both put a lot of seniors on the floor. Here's Pinedale with it now. Kaiser to McMillan. McMillan watched by Hannah. And he wanted to pass so bad to Josh Gossart, and he just told everybody in the gym that's what he was going to do. And the pass was deflected by the Bronx. I think it was Palmer who got a hand on it.
I think Andrew's the one that tipped it up.
Okay. But I mean, McMillan just would not stop staring at Josh. I mean, you knew that pass was going to 22. Jackson ball here is Seb Brunner inbounds to Keelan. Pinedale really turning up the full court pressure as Keelan trapped, gets it to Brunner. Seb across the line, and now Pinedale's got to chill out and fall into their half-court defense. Keelan hands off to AJ inside to Hannah. He's got a minute there, up and in right over the top of Kaiser. Now that's a height miss match. 38-37, Josh Gossart the land. His shot won't go, heavily contested. Jackson not giving Gossart anything cheap. Kick out to AJ, he'll try a long three. That's off the back of the iron. Kaiser the rebound. Pinedale had numbers for a moment. Now Kaiser in no man's land, threw it away, and Bridger, he drove baseline. He attracted 3 Bronx on him, and his only recourse is, I got to get rid of this thing.
Yes, and Jackson, once again, just doing a great job getting stops, getting the stops they need. Now they just need to get scores to try and get the lead back.
I think the girls and boys for Jackson shared intel on the bus ride down here and said, we are not going to let Pinedale beat us down low, because they've both been tough. And Drew Hannah with a put in. That was a nice feed from Seb, right?
Yes, Seb was very crafty, looking like Stockton out there.
39-38, Jackson back up by 1. Alex Gossart and McMillan. Now to Nicholas Sletton. Nick drives and picked up the foul. Sletton, the junior, really went quickly to the rim.
And that's the 4th foul on A.J. Fowler.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Missed. A.J. is doing too much fouling. This Fowler is going to come out for
Jesse Larson.
Yep.
Aaron was going to go in for a split second, and then Elliott changed his mind, said, Jesse, go in the game.
Tied at 39. And it's Jesse Larson for A.J., who's in foul trouble, along with Borchert, both sitting right now. It's Wetzel, Keelan, Hannah, Brunner, and Larson on the floor. Second one, Sletton hits them both, and every shot from the stripe going to be precious. 40-39. Brunner will inbounds, and again, Pinedale showing full court pressure here. You can't do that all game and not exhaust yourself, but Coach Gossart trying to get different players in there, and that's Hannah again involved in breaking the press. To Larson, to Keelan, to Brunner. Seb Brunner working on Josh Gossart. Seb tries to beat him to the rim and then pulls back. Bounce pass inside of Hannah. Hannah watched by McMillan. Going to try it anyway with the left hand. No good. Rebound Wetzel. But Wetzel knocked Sletton to the floor, and he's going to pick up a foul. And all of a sudden, the calls that weren't getting called are getting called, and they all seem to be going against the visitors.
And Palmer has picked up all 4 of his fouls in 6.5 minutes of this quarter alone.
Good point, Mac. Well, Palmer's playing with an edge. Not for long, though. It looks like Barazay will come in for him. Sletton was just at the line and had them both. We'll see what he does here. And he leaves the first one a little short. Wranglers up 1 with 1:27 to go in the third. Barazay checks in for Palmer, Wetzel, Borchardt, and Fowler with 4 fouls each, all enjoying the game from the bench right now. Second one from Sletton, he's got it. Wranglers up 2. More pressure. Seb Brunner going to dribble his way out of this. Look at the speed. Bounce pass to Keelan. Goes right to the rack. Up and in. Brody Hamby tried to deny him, but just could not. And we're tied at 41.
They're going a little too fast for me.
Very fast. McMillan hands off to Alex Grossar. Kick out to brother Josh. Fires from deep. No. Barazay sky high for the board. Hands off to Brunner. Brunner tries to dribble his way by McMillan. Now Alex Grossar helps out and almost trapped Seb. But he got free with a pass. Seb, long 3. Good! And that one should be worth 4. He was 5 feet behind the perimeter.
And let's see if Seb can continue to shoot it this well.
Boy, when he gets them, they're big ones. McMillan hands off to Jace Ramage. 25 seconds. Wranglers milking clock here, but they're down 3. And they just want the last shot again like they ended the half. It was a long time to burn. Jackson's more than happy to let the pace get slow. They're up 3. They say try it. Seb just dares Josh Gosar to do something on him. 8 seconds. 7. Gosar makes his move. Hands off to McMillan. Hannah comes out to challenge. No way is that going to go in. His Hannah was in his face. Rebound Gosar, and that won't go either. And Hannah did a good job. You don't often see him way out challenging a 3, but he's manned up with McMillan, and he said no way for Owen. End of 3. Jackson 44. Pinedale 41. Coming right back after this. Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Ooh, this place is cooking as the high school band starts pounding out a little Jack White. Get this place rocking. Yeah, and the student section up on their feet. They've been on their feet for most of the game as they're cheering on their Pinedale Wranglers. 44-41. We're in the final 8 scheduled, unless we want to go for some bonus basketball.
Yes.
Feels like that kind of night.
Yep, fasten your seatbelts. We're on a race for the final 8 minutes here.
Jesse Larson to Gavin Keelan. Way out to challenge as Alex Gosar. Hannah look for the give and go with Keelan, but it's not there. And now Hannah fake handoff to Brunner and feeds Larson. Larson drives baseline, pulls up. His pass is blocked, and diving for it is Sletton. And he slid on the ground a little bit. That should be a travel, but not called. And here comes Pinedale. It's Alex Gosar. He's had a real good game. He's got some skills. And Sletton with a big bucket as he drives. Sletton is the shortest guy on the court next to Larson, and he's been really going right to the rim. There's Hannah wide
Fantastic
open.
pass by Barazay right there.
Barazay to Hannah. He got loose from McMillan for a minute. And Jackson answers 46-43. Josh Gosar over the line. Brother Larson ready to check in here in a moment as Josh Gosar gets away from Brunner. Big bump there, and that caused Gosar to miss the shot. No call. Good defense by Seb as he comes down with a rebound. Brunner dishes. Larson. Jesse walks it to the top of the circle. Gives to Keelan. Gavin, he'll try a three from the top. Rims in and out, but Hannah with the rebound. Andrew, he'll go himself. Up and in. Andrew Hannah, this is where the Bronx can make hay, Mac.
Yes, that was great awareness by Hannah, knowing where the defense was on his back and then spinning baseline to go up with his signature move.
McMillan hands off to Sletton. Look at this kid. Nick Sletton again slashes his way to the bucket. And the Bronx better figure out number 20. Here's Gavin Keelan, Euro step in the lane, up and in, and boy, that did look like a travel, and the crowd is hot about it, but Keelan puts it up, and it's 50-45, timeout. On the floor is Jackson trying to pull away a little bit. We'll come right back with 6:04 to go in the fourth. Jackson 50, Pinedale 45. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Well, if you're Coach Gosar for the Wranglers, I don't know what you do with Andrew Hannah. And then you throw Keelan in there. That's 2 guys over 6'5", 6'8". What do you do about that?
It's tough. They got to continue to double Hannah, which they've been doing. But even when he's been doubled, Hannah's still just so talented to score right over them.
You're right. He is having a game. Borchert, who carried the load offensively, is sitting with foul trouble. He also has contributed offensively.
He's actually out on the court right now.
Thank you. Mason Borchert back in the game. Josh Gosar with Barazay on him. Barazay with fouls to give is going to be very physical with him. Bounce pass inside. Kaiser. Barazay bumped him and out of bounds. That's a nice little play down low. I think Barazay just kind of gave him a hip shot. No call, and the ball coughed up out of bounds. Jackson ball. Barazay will inbounds. Full court pressure from Pinedale. They got to get exhausted doing this for the whole second half. Keelan. Cross court to Barazay. He's over the line. Jackson not in a huge hurry here. Seb Brunner. Oh, you wanted to pass to Hannah, but Hannah had left last time Seb saw him, and now the ball out of bounds off Jackson.
And great hustle by the duo. They really wanted that steal right there.
They wanted that bet. We were ready to break bones there to get that. You got to be careful. We got a lot of season left, guys. 50-45 with 5:10 to go in the fourth. Jackson up 5. Gosar with the ball now for Pinedale, their leading scorer. Hands off to Kaiser, who's having a good game. Now around the horn to Hamby. Hamby watched by Barazay. Cross-court pass. Brunner got there and knocked it out of bounds. That long lob pass. Looking for Gosar the back end, but Seb has been with Josh like they were born, like they were tied at the hip. I mean,
I almost wish I could hear what they were saying to each other.
Yeah. Here's Nick Sletton. I thought we were going to get another slash to the cup, but he shut off. Josh Gosar with it now. Seb on him. Floating pass. That didn't get there. Poke free. And the Jackson Bronx with a turnover.
And Borchart's had a couple of those. Just great hand awareness, knowing where those passes are going.
Seb Brunner floats one to Hannah. Reaching in is Josh Gosar. No call. Keelan to Barazay. Barazay watched by Hamby, but not very closely. And now Barazay bounce pass goes off Brody Hamby and out of bounds right into the Bronx bench. Hamby comes out.
Black ball. Who's going? Oh.
And you could see the Jackson intent. They want to keep giving it to Andrew Hannah.
Jace ramages in to try to deal with Hannah and Keelan. Seb Brunner, kick out to Bereзе. He drives into the lane, bounce pass to Borchard, and that's stolen away by Josh Gosard. Or intended, sorry for Hannah, but it didn't get there. Here's Nick Sletton. He's been a spark plug for this team. Alex Gosar with it now to Sletton. Back out to Kaiser. Oh, his pass almost picked off by Seb Brunner. Josh Gosar right down the lane. Can't get the shot. And Gosar has really struggled tonight, I think.
Yes, he's been the one that's having mystery misses.
Mystery misses, and a lot has to do with number 1. Brunner has been in his grill all game long. Meanwhile, foul on
them. I almost thought it was Bereze for a second.
Kaiser draws the infraction, his 3rd, and just under 4 minutes to go. Jackson up 5. Nobody scored in a while. Hannah with a no-look bounce pass to Borchard. His shot over the top of Ramage will not go, and Ramage pulls down the rebound. Ramage is a difference maker down low. When he's on the court, Wranglers have some answer for Jackson's size. Sletton, he drives right down the lane, and Borchard, he's done for the night. He reached over the top. It could have been any one of 3 Bronx. They all converged to the ball. But give Sletton credit. He has been out there and done nothing but what he just did, which is drive to the net.
Yes, and Borchard, again, frustrated with the foul call. It looked like it was slightly off ball, but when there's 3 Bronx, and Sletton did a great job just to get the 3 Bronx, someone in there
and again,
had to pick up the foul.
Sletton is not a big guy, and he has gone fearlessly to the cup, and he knows worst case scenario, somebody's going to get a piece of me. And he just fouled out Borchard with that move. Meanwhile, he's been good from the line, but he can't get that one. Sletton came into this game 3 for 6 from the stripe, and he's about 50% in this one, I think. Trying to get the Wranglers closer, and he does. Pinedale within 4 now with 3:32 to go in the 4th.
What just happened?
Not sure. Crowd doesn't like it. I don't know.
Was it a lane violation? I missed something there.
Inbounds from what it was. They took the point off the board. Good call, Kitty K. Lane violation. It's 50-45. Hannah inside. Ramage goes up and then fouls. And Ramage has been tough on Andrew, but it's hard to do that without making contact once in a while, right, Mac?
Yes, and
Hannah put him up in the air. And then Ramage fell on him.
And it's a smart play by Ramage in terms of Andrew Hannah's poor free throw shooting, but Hannah's going to make him pay with that make right there.
Pinedale knows who they're sending to the line, but Andrew does make him pay. He gets 1, can't get the second. Bereze and Josh Gosar battle for the rebound. Josh wins that battle, and here's McMillan with the ball. Gets a pick, and that's a move. No, they're going to say ahead. I thought that was also a moving screen set by Pinedale, but it's going to be a little handover dribble, handover carry. 51-45. Jackson up with their biggest lead of the night, but it doesn't feel like enough. Here's Seb Brunner with it. Watched by Sletton now. And now double team. Sletton and Seb gives it up on the double team trap. Here comes Josh Gosar the other way on Wetzel. His shot no good, but he draws the foul. It's Palmer Wetzel. Is
that his 5th?
5th, I believe.
I think that's his 5th too.
And perhaps in that last time out, Coach Busy Gosard said, hey, one thing we can do is try to go to the rack and draw fouls and get some of these Bronx out of here.
They gave it to Hannah.
Well, that's good news. Hannah gets his 2nd. Josh Gosar to the line, where this is Josh's kryptonite, but he does make this one. 51-46. Gosar 69% free throw shooter. That's tops on the team, but After that, they're about 50-50. Makes one of the two. Jackson ball with 2:50 to go with the fourth. Brunner now Gosar on him. To Palmer, Wetzel. Wetzel floats one into Hannah. He got behind McMillan. Beautiful. My goodness. What a pass. And what a job by Hannah to just sort of creep away from McMillan.
Yes, and Wetzel's always been great at entry passes to the post.
And McMillan at the other end with a beautiful scoop and score as he drives the right block. Palmer Wetzel goes right to the rack over the top of McMillan. No good, but Hannah with a rebound. Saves it to Keelan, out to Seb Brunner. Jackson will set up again with 2:10 to go. They lead at 53-48. Not in a hurry here. Take that good shot. Brunner shoots and scores, and the fans wanted to travel there. And yeah, it looked a little funny. Under 2 to go. Jackson rips the lead open to 7. Here's McMillan. Hands off to Sletton. Sletton's going to drive. Nothing there. Berzay picks him up. That pass tipped by Keelan, but goes right to Alex Gosar. Sletton with a 3. Nick Sletton with a big 3.
And here we go. We're down to a minute 40, and it's a 4-point game.
Gavin Keelan with it. Sletton has been money since he came off the bench. Seb Brunner working on Josh Gosar. Can't get loose of him. Bounce pass to Hannah. Ramage all the way out here to play him way out in front of the Jackson bench. Seb Brunner got away from Gosar. Dish to Wetzel, not to Keelan. Oh, there was 2 good looks there. But Jackson didn't take either of them. We're down to a minute 10. Brunner tries to lay. What a pass to Andrew Hannah, who puts it up and in. That was his best pass of the night. A no look behind the back. Nick Sletton to McMillan. Gosar. Coach Gosar wants a timeout. Let's take a look at that. It's the replay while we're here. Holy cow. Did I get it? Or I'm at the wrong end. Maybe I didn't get it.
That was a long time ago. I don't think you hit it.
That was so darn. All right, I got to learn replays better. I'm going to go back to the replay tutorial. While
Remember, you got to hit the button in order.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Well, Nicholas Sletton is not ready to go quietly into this dark night. He has carried these Wranglers, trying to keep them in it, but they're down 6. Sletton inbounds. And Josh Gosar tries a shot over Seb Brunner, and Josh just not having a Gosar game. And Seb's been a big part of that. 50 seconds, rebound Jackson, and a foul.
Yeah, look, I think they're all ready to start shooting free throws. I'm like, no, gentlemen, you got a ways to go.
Pinedale's to the point where they have got to rely on the 3. That might be Sletton and McMillan. Keep an eye on them because Josh Gosar not feeling it. AJ checks into the game. Fowler, that is, for Berazay for Jackson. Inbounds pass. Seb collided with Kaiser. No call there. Off ball. Now the foul is Bridger Kaiser was looking to get one on somebody, and he arrests Gavin Keelan with 46 seconds.
Isn't that Kaiser's 4th? Maybe I'm wrong.
They're still a foul away from the bonus.
Yeah, it is
that
his
is
4th. Wow.
Kaiser's 4th. I mean, Pinedale has to foul, but they better wish Bridger is not the guy doing it. Palmer Wetzel into Hannah. Hannah's going to go right to the basket. And a dunk! Andrew Hannah with authority. And now Josh Gosar runs over Seb Brunner, and he's going to get called for the charge.
And that is the first dunk of Andrew Hannah's career.
I thought so. Let's see it again if I captured it, and my replay's not working.
Shoot.
Doggone it, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Timeout on the floor. I'm going to try it again. No, just not interesting.
But what a huge way to put a stamp into this fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only is the dunk meaningful, also the charge call, which means Jackson gets the ball, which is huge, with an 8-point lead with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, Jackson Bronx look like they're salting this one away. This is something that Jackson's been unable to do for 2-3 years. I mean, it's been a long time. This season also, but yeah, put away. Looking strong here, and Andrew Hanna with a statement on that jam. Obviously, we have this whole game recorded, so we'll go back and pull that highlight so Hanna can relive it over and over. Jackson ball into Seb. He'll wait to get fouled, and finally is by Josh Gosar. Seb just hung on to it and said, somebody come get me.
Yeah, you knew. Oh, that puts him to the line, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the bonus now. Seb will shoot 35 seconds. Brunner, pretty good free throw shooter at 83%. I'd say more than pretty good. He leads the team. 8-point lead, could be more here. Brunner spins it, but leaves it short. Pinedale's just about run out of time. Wrangler's not playing a great game. Certainly Josh Gosar isn't. This has not been the best Pinedale game, but how much has Jackson had to do with that?
A lot.
Seb Brunner makes it 60-51.
And I think this has been one of Jackson's best defensive games of the season.
And you might be right, Mac. They've been really stout defensively. And all defense is all try, man. There's a long three. That's good. And Alex Gosar gives the Wranglers life with a three from deep in front of his own bench, and they love that. 60-54 with a timeout on the floor. We'll stay here. What do you do now as your game plan in Mac? Got to make free throws. You're probably going to go to the line.
Yes, and that is Pinedale's last timeout, so that could be meaningful as well. They can't talk over anything for these remaining 26 seconds. And Jackson, yes, if they make free throws, they will win this game and will continue the winning streak against Pinedale Wranglers. But Pinedale, they never give up. They just hit a three there. They could try and go for a steal and could make this game even more interesting than it already is.
Last time the Wranglers beat these Bronx was back on January 4th, 2020. Jackson has owned these Wranglers a little bit in recent years. A lot of that has to do with conference, but remember, Jackson has only recently stepped up to 4A. They're basically a 3A-ish kind of level. So it is pretty good domination over a good Pinedale team. The Wranglers have not played their best game, and the Bronx have played very good basketball. Inbounds to Brunner. That's who Jackson wants to get fouled, and he is. Sletton, I'm sure Gosar hopes, Coach Gosar hopes it's Sletton on the foul, and it is, because that's his first. Josh has, I think, just two, but both those guys mug Seb. Seb to the line with 24.5 seconds. Was 1 for 2 just seconds ago. These are important. Jackson 6, 2-score game, and Brunner, nothing but net, splashes it. 61-54 Fowler and Wetzel in the backcourt. Make sure Pinedale doesn't get running here with odd man rush. As Brunner bounces twice, eyes it, fires it, and he's got it. 62-54. Jackson brings in Barazay to play some D.
And you can hear Matt Elliott saying, no fouls, no fouls.
Wetzel running with Kaiser. And there's the foul, and that looked deliberate.
No, maybe he did say it. All right, but that's Wetzel's fifth.
I mean, Palmer just reached right. That's a long way from the basket to commit that foul, and really unnecessary.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the strategy there, Mac, but that's Wetzel's fifth. I mean, my understanding of basketball is very limited.
I was going to say, and AJ's got 4, and he's out there now, too. So.
Josh Gosar takes multiple steps. His layup won't go. AJ Fowler with it. He's touched by Sletton. That's 2 for Nick. and AJ to the line, where Fowler, I think, is shooting his first free throws of the year.
That'd be correct, I believe.
Yeah, maybe.
11 seconds, this one all but done, but AJ could put a nail on it. Jackson, nobody in the blocks as they go all in the backcourt and chat things over as they watch their teammate AJ Fowler, or AJ Hanna as he's sometimes known.
At least tonight.
Hope he shoots the free throws like Fowler. Uh-oh,
yes.
Yeah, he got that. Yeah, Jackson's got to be pretty happy with this game.
It could definitely shift the season, the trajectory of their season.
Yeah, you felt like a win like this, Mac? You think it's that important?
I just think any win
a turning
is.
point?
Yes, I think so.
Bridger Kaiser lays it up and in. He really wasn't contested, and that's the old ball game. Let's stay right here and watch the two teams in the congrats line. This one a final. Jackson Bronx 63, Pinedale Wranglers 56. Our post-game interview with Nick Sletton's dad. there he is. Boy, his kid he came off the bench and did some stuff.
Yes, filling in for the struggling Gosar, and while Kaiser and McMillan did their solid parts.
Yeah, they were on average, I think. Gosar under average, but boy, a lot of that was Seb. We saw Seb bother there in Archibald for Green River a little bit, and his assignment here was to be Josh Gosar's nemesis. All right, let's pick our MVPs and roll out of here, get back home. Kimmy K, we're going to start with you, and we're going to go with the Pinedale Wranglers. What'd you like over there?
His dad was just on the camera. I'm going to go with number 20.
Mr. Sletton.
I heard his name a lot.
Kimmy's going with your kid, Nick. If that's his dad, I'm just guessing he's wearing a number 20 Sletton thing. Mac, are you swayed by a too little, too late Sletton, or? I didn't mean like.
Yeah, I would say either if it's not Sletton, then it's got to be McMillan. Just how he got to the rim, but Sletton probably takes the crown.
Yeah, Sletton came on strong, but I like McMillan's game, which is like Gosar. He can be big with the bigs, and he can hit threes from distance. He's got a lot of game. He can rebound. He can shoot three. I mean, Owen McMillan is the all-around dude. No doubt, but just to be the third wheel, just to be the guy different, Jace Ramage got the start. I have not, or I don't know if he did. Did he get the start? Well, the senior, he averages 6 a game, 5 boards, and he was called upon tonight, I think, to try to neutralize Hannah a little bit. He plays a real tough physical game in the paint. I'm going to go with Ramage for the Bronx. Kimmy K, do you have stats, by the way?
I think she's taking pictures right now.
So let's just go Mac, Jackson Bronx.
Well, I love Andrew Hanna's game. I love what he does, and he was a big part of this game, but I'm actually going to go with a different player today. I'm going to go with Mason Borchardt. Just his inside scoring on that turnaround jump shot was just unstoppable. Pinedale didn't have any answers for it, and his points were just very impactful and put Jackson ahead and kept them in the game when it was close.
His defense, you pointed out as well.
Yes, getting steals.
Until he set for foul trouble, Borchardt was the game for the Bronx, no doubt. Kimmy, what'd you like?
Same.
Really?
Yeah, I was singing on there, but I like even the foul trouble, but he, kind of held together a little bit. Yep. I liked Hannah's game today, too.
Yeah, I got to be different.
I'm going to go maybe a little bit of Hannah.
I'm going to go like Hannah's my backup plan. Hannah's my backup school, plan B school. But, yeah, Andrew, only because you knew it was going to be an Andrew game.
Yes.
I mean, there's nobody who's going to give him trouble. Still, he was doubled, tripled, and he had a big, big game. Andrew, I want to be my pick, but just to be the different guy, I'm going to go Seb because Seb didn't quit when he didn't have the 3 early.
That's
he
true.
found the 3 when we needed him most. And the defensive job he did on Josh Gosar to silence him, really, to really bottle him. What a game, all-around game by Seb. But he did it all without taking, maybe 1 foul? He was really good.
And he was dishing the ball to Hannah really well as well.
Yeah, those assists. Dang. I mean, we can go back to the replays and we still can't see some of those assists in slow motion. All right, that's good. Kimmy, if you got stats, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll blow.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting there. Hold on. I'm adding up.
All right. I'd be interested to know what the numbers are, especially with Josh Gosar. I get the feeling it wasn't a Josh game. I don't think he got his normal 20. But
he did not.
He was still good. I mean, you could tell this guy's a baller, and you got to stop him if you want to stop the Wranglers, and Jackson did.
Okay, I don't have ours yet, but I have theirs.
Okay, what's theirs?
Both Bridger Kaiser and Owen McMillan had 13 each. Josh Gajar had 12. Sletton had 10.
Wow. In about 5 minutes of playing time.
Alex Gozer had 4, and then both Jason Braxton, Rampage, and Costello had 2 each.
Okay. Yeah, Bridger, too. Did we say Bridger? Yeah, you said.
I may have mentioned Bridger. It didn't seem like he had 13 points. He had a very quiet 13 points, but he does that all the time. He's just that guy that is like quiet, is under the shadow, but he's always getting to the basket as well. Yeah. And he's just a tough, strong, gritty player.
He's strong. He is. He is really. He seems like the blue-collar guy, the glue guy for them, and then Josh is the show-off points guy, and then they got some other pieces. What do you got for our
Hold
numbers?
on, I'm trying. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. My phone keeps turning on me.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's done that to me, too.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
We'll cut out all this dead time in the final product. Jimmy trying to move
21 for Hannah.
Around.
There you go. I got just that one. All right.
Scores his number, 21. Good job, Andrew. Yeah, that felt right, but we felt that coming, too. We knew that
Seb
coming.
had 16.
Okay.
Mason had 15. Keelan had 7.
I love that spreading around, Mac.
Yeah, that was much better. We talked. And AJ had 4.
Okay. Awesome. Great game for the Bronx. They really, really needed the dub. Unfortunately, not a conference win, but we'll get back to conference play here pretty quick. The Bronx hit the road this weekend. It's the Riverton-Cody trip. We will not be able to make it with them, so I think I'm going to arrange to have some coverage from our friends in Riverton.
Yes, County 10, right?
Yeah, they got a great crew there. And then Cody, our enemies in Cody are also going to help. I have a hard time saying our friends there, but yeah, we got some pals up there in Cody too that'll help us out. So we'll get you covered, and then we'll see you again down the road at some point.
Nothing. I just had a thought. I'll tell you later.
Okay, let's roll out of here. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Big win for the Jackson Bronx. The girls, not so much, but that win's coming. The action tonight brought to you, as always, by Young Life of Jackson Hole, Jackson Lumber, the McPeak Group, Southern, the Town Square Inns of Jackson Hole, Big O Tires sponsoring the scoreboard, which looks real friendly for the black and orange tonight, and Great Northern Coffee. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols. On behalf of Mac Fairbairn and Kimmy K, good night from Pinedale.